Duterte sa Senate premises antis pa man nga nagasugod gani ang ining hearing kag sa sining nga mga tinion mga kabombo nakita to nga nag-abot gani sa Senado ang Vice Presidente apan kay subong tigin padayon ini apisar nga wala man siya magatambong sa trial paper. Damo kita no sa nga pila pa ka mga balantayan sa subong man nga hapon sa sining nga nagapadayon sa gihapon no ikaduha nga adlaw sa nga impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte kung saan magadugay pa ini sa nga 92 dias. Ari balikan naton mga kabombo ang atong sining special coverage sa ikaduhang impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte.
Upang matiyak na ito yung minarkahan na bahagi ng mga ebidensya kaugnay pa rin nitong impeachment case kay Vice President Sara Duterte.
Nakakabahala ang mga pahayag na narinig natin itong mga nakarang araw. Nandyan ang walang pakundangang pagmumura at ang pagbabanta ng planong ipapatay ang ilan sa atin. Kung ganun na lang kadali ang pagplano sa pagpatay ng isang presidente, paano pa kaya ang mga pangkaraniwan na mamamayan? Yang ganyang kriminal na pagtatangka ay hindi dapat pinapalampas. Yan ay aking papalagan. As a democratic country, we need to uphold the rule of law. Ako, bilang pinuno ng Executive Department at lahat ng mga nanunungkulan sa pamahalaan ay may sinumpaang tungkulin na tutupdin at pangangalagaan ang konstitusyon at ang ating mga batas. Kaya hindi tama ang pagpigil sa mga halal ng bayan sa paghahanap ng katotohanan. Hindi na sana hahantong sa ganitong drama kundo at sa House of Representatives. Ang katotohanan ay hindi dapat itokhang. Tapos na sana ang usapang ito kung tutupayan ay magsabi ng totoo at hindi hahadlangan. Imbis na diretsahang sagot, nililihis pa sa kwentong chicheria. Hangad ko na matuldukan na itong mga pangyayaring ito sa parang matiwasay at magdadala sa atin sa katotohanan. 12 taon din ako nanungkulan sa magkaparehong kamara ng Kongreso. Batid ko ang kapangyarihan iginawad sa kanila ng taong bayan at ng ating konstitusyon. Dahil dito, iginagalang ko ang kanilang gawa at ang buong executive branch. Lahat ng mga ahensya ay hindi nakakaligtas at parating sumasailalim sa kanilang masusing pagsusuri. Bilang isang bansa, marami tayong mga paghamon na dapat harapin at mga suliraning dapat bigyan ng lunas. Sa kabila ng mga pambabatikos, natin ikokompromiso ang rule of law. Kailangan manaig ang batas sa anumang sitwasyon, sino man ang tamaan. Kaya hindi ko hahayaan magtagumpay ang hangarin ng iba na hatakin ang buong bansa sa burak ng politika. Igalang natin ang proseso. Ito pa rin ang katiwala sa atin ng milyon-milyon na Pilipino. Magtrabaho po tayo sa ikauunlad ng Republika ng Pilipinas at para matamo ang bagong Pilipinas.
Your Honor, the defense puts on record that the video was skipping and then portions where the president or who seemed to be the president was paused while audio was continuing playing.
So it's delayed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Noted.
Thank you. Mr. Witness, what relation, if any, does that video have of the president making the statement, if any, to the video of the president making the statement?
That is the video that I recorded and authenticated, sir.
All right, now proceed. You mentioned that the Presidential Communications Office or PCO also issued a statement. Ano yung pruweba mo na yung PCO nag-issue ng statement na iyan?
I have a screenshot of the webpage of the Presidential Communication Office wherein they considered the statement of the Vice President as an active threat.
As an active threat. Okay, now, sino yung kumuha ng screenshot na iyan?
I did, sir, and I used my laptop.
Now, saan yung printout ng screenshot na iyan?
Sinabmit ko po sa Committee on Justice of House of Representatives.
Now, aming ipinapakita yung isang printout ng isang screenshot galing sa website ng PCO kung saan yung statement, makikita yung statements ng Vice President, sinasabi ng PCO, that's an active threat. Now, previously marked in Exhibit P-Roman numeral 414. May you peruse the same. And after perusing the same, the question, Mr. Kalilong, is what relation, if any, does this document have with the printout you mentioned? But you have to peruse the document first.
For the record again, Your Honor, the
Counsel may proceed.
Exhibit P-4-14 is a photocopy, and on the right bottom part, there is a stamp marked certified true copy NBI signed.
Bombo breaking news.
Mga kabombo at mga Kastar Nation, kakapasok ko na impormasyon, may mga abogado na dumulog dyan sa kataas-taasang hukuman at ito ay binubuo ng ilang individual na mga abogado para pansamantalang ipatigil sa Korte Suprema ang ongoing impeachment trial laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Ito ay pinangungunahan ni Attorney Israelito Torion at ng mga kasamahan niyang abogado at kanilang inihain mga kabombo ang very urgent manifestation with motion sa Korte Suprema. Layunin umano ng naturang motion na mag-issue ang kataas-taasang hukuman ng status quo ante-order para naman pigilan ang impeachment court, mga opisyal at kinatawan ng lahat ng tauhan na ipagpatuloy ang paglilitis, pagtanggap ng ebidensya at proseso ng impeachment. Nais kasi ng mga petitioner na mabigyang linaw muna ang naunang petisyon na kumukwestiyon sa legalidad ng naganap na sesyon noong 3 ng Hunyo ng taong kasalukuyan. Nagpabago nga doon sa liderato ng Senado na ngayon ay pinamumunuan ni Senator o Senate President Sherwin Gatchalian. Hiniling din ng grupo ng mga abogado sa Korte Suprema na mag-issue ng kaukulang kautusan na nagsasabing dapat lamang na magpatuloy ang impeachment trial kung ang rules and procedure ay nasusunod ng mga otoridad at partikular ng presiding officer at hindi nahaharap sa unresolved constitutional challenge ang naturang mga personalidad. Gayunman, nilinaw nila na ang motion ay hindi patungkol sa politika kundi sa pagiging valid at naayon sa batas ng paglilitis o pagdinig ng impeachment laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Antabayanan pa mga kabombo, mga Kastar Nation, ang mga karagdagang impormasyon hinggil sa naturang breaking news at maya-maya ay may mga karagdagan pa tayong ikakalap na impormasyon mula naman sa mga partidong concern dyan pa rin sa naturang usapin. Ituloy natin mga kabombo ang mga aktibidad dyan naman sa plenaryo ng Senado na maakto bilang impeachment court. Narito mga kabombo.
This is the flash drive where I saved the recording, sir.
Mr. Witness, question.
Kunti na lang yun.
In what particular portion of that video did the former Speaker of the House give his response to the threats of the Vice President?
May I refer back to my notes?
Your Honor? Your Honor, please. There is a request by the witness that he be allowed to refer to his notes.
Yes, the witness may refer to his notes to refresh his memory. What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo?
Mr. Presiding Officer, just a clarificatory question. The
To
witness,
the witness.
the witness here, for the record, mentioned that he was referring to notes. Kanina pa po ito. Could he please clarify what specific notes he was referring to? Who prepared those notes? When were they prepared? And were they made before, during, or after the events he have testified about? And also, these notes, nabigyan po ba ang defense ng copy ito? Was this submitted as part of the evidence also, Mr. Presiding Officer? Additionally, the question is, was he relying on these notes to refresh his recollection while giving his testimony today? So,
Witness will please answer the question of Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo.
This is my investigator's notes, which I made during the time of investigation, sir.
my next question would be, was this also presented? Since notes niyo po ito, pinagbabasihan niyo po yung mga testimonya niyo rito, sinabit niyo rin po ba ito as an evidence so that mare-refer din po ang defense, Mr. Witness?
Yung content po ng affidavit, nung notes ko is nandun na po sa affidavit of investigation, sir.
Yung copy exactly ng notes?
Ng notes po. No, sir.
Hindi niyo naibigay. That's all, Your Honor.
Thank you, Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo.
And can I make
Counsel
a-
for the prosecution.
Can I make a
may
manifestation, Your Honor, please, that the witness referred to his notes when answering specific questions as to actual statements made by the Vice President and the others, number one. And number two, in referring to the actual timestamps of the video. For these specific reasons, the witness was referring to his notes. As to his answers for the other substantial questions, he was not referring to his notes, Your Honor, please.
Your Honor, we move to strike the manifestation. He's already testifying on behalf of the witness.
Your Honor, we cannot move to strike a manifestation of counsel. The good counsel could do his own manifestation. That's not in the rules.
I would like the Honorable Court to rule, Your Honor.
Motion is denied. Let it stay and remain in the records in response to the query of Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo. Senator Judge Risa Ontiveros is recognized. I believe she was raising her hand earlier. What is your pleasure, ma'am?
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer. Tig isang tanong lamang po para sa witness at para sa prosecution.
The lady may proceed. She has 2 minutes.
Salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Kalilong, nung sinabi nyo na nag-conduct kayo ng open source intelligence, pagkatapos nyo ma-authenticate yung November 23, 2024 video, at nahanap nyo yung video naman ng press conference dated October 18, 2024, anong basis nyo para sabihin na yung mga statements sa October 18 press conference ay halintulad sa November 23 video na may assassination threat? In other words po, ano pong napansin yung magkakapareho dun sa statements nung October 18 at nung November 23? O what do they have in common?
Both were, ang tinutukoy po, ang pinupunto po is yung president, and makikita po doon na hindi na sila in good terms no October 18 pa lang po.
Okay, so sa parehong video ng press conference at saka yung November video naman, yung dalawang elementong yon na hindi na sila magkakasundo
Opo.
at
Hindi na sila magkasundo, and ang ina-address po parang pinapatukuyan po ng Vice President doon sa press conference is yung president
si
po.
Presidente. Okay. And then, Mr. Presiding Officer, salamat kay Mr. Kalilong. Sa prosecution naman po, yung isang tanong ko at this point in time, Mr. Presiding Officer. Well, counsel, none of these statements are proof that the Vice President actually contracted an assassin or hired one. Why are these acts impeachable?
Yes, there is an answer to the question, Your Honor, please. The prosecution is in the process of establishing that the Vice President should be impeached and she is impeached and be removed from office for contracting an assassin to kill the President, Your Honor, please. Inasmuch as we understand that these statements may not actually 100% proof that she in fact contracted an assassin to kill the president, Your Honor, please. We are invoking, Your Honor, please, a rule in the rules on evidence that there could be statements, utterances of a person that may not be directly similar to what he or she did, but it could establish, Your Honor, please, what we call a specific intent, knowledge, identity, plan, system, and the like. Ibig sabihin po, pinapakita ng prosecution na yung mga nasabi ng Vice President sa gabing iyon, November 23, 2024, hindi po yan nag-iisang statement ng Vice President. Kung hindi, yun po yung culmination sa mga series of statements ng Vice President kung saan sinasabi niya talagang gusto niyang patayin yung presidente, yung First Lady, tsaka yung former Speaker of the House. Your Honor, please. We invoke Rule 130, Your Honor, please, Section 35 of the Rules of Court. Etong mga statements na to, they prove one thing. Talagang may plano na, talagang may system na, talagang may knowledge na yung Vice President sa anong gusto niyang gawin sa Pangulo. Gusto niyang pugutan ng ulo, gusto niyang patayin no less than the President of the Republic of the Philippines. Your Honor, please.
At ang tanong po ba dito ay kung may krimen o kung may kung ang asal ay karapat-dapat
Yes,
sa
Your Honor,
Vice-Presidente?
We are able to answer two questions, Your Honor, please. The charges against the Vice President ay yung pagbibitray ng public trust, Your Honor, please. That is also, Your Honor, please, a culpable violation of the Constitution. Now, yung usaping, was that a criminal act? Yes, Your Honor, please. Kaya nga, yung NBI, through this witness, will prove na nag-file na ng kaso yung NBI against the Vice President exactly sa mga naging pagbabanta niya. But you know, Your Honor, I'm a lawyer, but I'm willing to take off yung robe ko as a lawyer and answer the question directly. Mga kababayan, kailan ba naging normal?
Your Honor, this is no
please.
longer answering the
I'm
question.
answering a question.
We
I'm
object,
answering a
Your
question.
Honor.
Mr. Presiding Officer.
The chair will make an equitable ruling in a while. Kindly let the gentleman finish because it's a senator judge asking a question of a party.
Your Honor,
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
kailan ba nangyari sa kasaysayan ng Republika ng Pilipinas na yung pangalawang pangulo ng ating bansa nagbanta, sinabi sa publiko na nakipagkontrata na siya sa isang mamamatay tao upang patayin ang Pangulo, ang First Lady, yung asawa niya. Your Honor, please, I think Attorney
Kindly-
Season is making a scene.
Kindly wind up, counsel.
Your Honor, please, manifestation, I think Attorney Season gave a statement addressed to this representation and she walked out. She's now coming back.
Mr. Presiding
Counsel,
Officer, I'd like to hear the
kindly
conclusion of the
wind up
answer
and we will
to my
address that
question.
matter in a bit.
Okay. Now, Your Honor, please. Yung
Kindly wind up.
pagbabanta ng Vice Presidente sa buhay ng Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas, hindi po yan normal. Iyan po ay unang pagkakataon na nangyari yan, nakipagkontrata sa isang mamamatay tao, Your Honor, please, to do that. Even without going into the question, is that a criminal act, Your Honor, please? That act, 110% sure, betrayed the public trust that the Vice President got in the previous elections.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
Thank you,
please.
counsel, for the
Salamat,
procedure.
Counsel. Salamat, Mr. Kalilong. Salamat, Mr. Presiding
Chair
Officer.
would like to remind my colleagues The question posed by Senator Judge Risa pertains to the final question of this entire impeachment proceedings already. If that is an impeachable act or not. And since we gave the counsel for the prosecutors, I think about 5 minutes, Chair would now like to be fair and hear the counsel for the respondent to discuss why it is not an impeachable offense.
Your Honor, may be allowed to do so after our cross.
After your...
I would like as I understand it,
Yes.
I would like the honorable court to play back what the prosecutor said, because it's very interesting. So I be indulged to allow to give my answer after my cross-examination.
The chair will allow it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But you would have the similar and same amount of time given to the counsel for the prosecutors, again, to answer the reverse of the question.
Honor.
Because statements were made by the counsel for the prosecutor, their conclusions of fact and law already, which should be taken upon advisement by the impeachment court, because these were not evidence, but rather conclusions in fact and law by the counsel for prosecutors. Senator Judge Pia Cayetano is recognized. Ma'am, you may proceed. What's your pleasure?
Thank you, Mr. President. No, I would just like to manifest my support for the statement and observation of the presiding officer. That was like a closing statement, Mr. President. So I don't think this is fair because, some parts are exciting, some parts are dragging. We're trying our best to be paying attention and what evidence, we have to ferret the evidence before us, what is admissible, what is not. The official objections will come later. But when we allow this to happen, shortcut na natin yung process. So, if I may, with all due respect, Mr. President, admonish us. Call us out if yung question natin is also not proper at the proper time. We may all make those mistakes. Even I may make that mistake. And I'm telling you, please call me out if I make a mistake and ask the kind of question that should not properly be asked by a judge at that particular time. Because it is not right. We must follow the rules. And I know you are being courteous to all of us, but that was a closing statement. And I also asked the parties involved. You have an oath as lawyers. Don't take advantage of the generosity of this impeachment court. I don't want to see this happen again. Thank you, Mr. President.
Duly noted and well taken. The chair, as I said, or as the presiding officer said earlier, reminded our colleagues with respect to similar questions to be asked in the future.
Your Honor, may
Chair
I?
would like to make a ruling that the counsel for the respondent will be given, I think that was approximately 8 minutes or 10 minutes, we will get the exact time, to answer after the cross-examination of this witness so that we would be fair in listening and hearing the views of both parties in regard to the query raised earlier. Senator Judge Pia Cayetano?
Yeah, sorry, Mr. President. I don't mean to interrupt. No, I want to give the defense their time. I respectfully move that the statements of the prosecution be stricken off the record. It is not proper for those statements to have been made. Thank you.
We respond.
Your Honor, if I may, Your Honor, please.
With the
Your Honor,
permission of
we-
Senator Judge
we joined the
Pia
motion of
Cayetano,
The Senator Judge.
May we table her motion and act on it at a later time with respect to striking it so that we can discuss the matter.
Your Honor, for
Thank you for
the
your generosity, Senator.
Your Honor,
Judge
if I may,
Pia
for
Cayetano.
the
Yes, counsel
record,
for the
we
respondent.
joined the motion of the honorable senator.
I'm sorry?
We joined the motion of the honorable senator.
No need, counsel. That motion will be taken up at the proper time by this court.
For the record, Your Honor.
Noted for the record, Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo first, and then Senator Judge Risa Ontiveros once again.
I think to resolve this issue, Mr. Presiding Officer, Mr. President, a quick manifestation. Can we request the council that be directed whenever available to furnish members of this impeachment court with sworn statement, testimony, or affidavit of witnesses or witness they intend to present in the proceedings or succeeding proceedings before such witness is called to testify. And this goes to the defense panel too. While the judicial affidavit rule does not strictly apply to impeachment proceedings, its underlying objectives of promoting orderly and efficient presentation of evidence may be instructive. Advanced access to the witness's sworn statement would assist the senator judges in following the testimony and preparing clarificatory questions. Sa madaling sabi po, hinihiling lang po natin na kung mayroon ng nakahandang sinumpaang salaysay ng susunod na testigo, magbigay na sana ng mga kopya nito sa aming mga senator judges bago pa po ang pagdinig upang magsilbing gabay sa pagtatanong at pagtatalakay. Maiwasan po natin ang mga sitwasyon na ito. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
To reply, Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo, the court did not adopt the judicial affidavit rule for the simple reason that we wanted all of the testimonies to be made and given in open court, so that it will be heard not only by the senator judges but also by the public as a whole, given that this is an impeachment court and an impeachment trial that seeks to unseat a duly elected official. However, the court shall endeavor through the clerk of court to give the senator judges a copy of the annexes attached, if they have not yet done so, to the pre-trial order and the pre-trial briefs pre-marked by the parties, because it would encompass already approximately 80% of the documents that will be presented by both parties, save of course for documents that they have not yet been able to produce and are yet to produce. But the clerk of court is instructed to endeavor to do so with respect to the senator judges so that they can catch up with what is going on in the proceedings. Yes, counsel for the prosecution, you may proceed.
Thank you so much.
Apologies, Senator Judge Risa Ontiveros is recognized. What is your pleasure, ma'am?
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer. Just a point of clarity, briefly, if I may, Mr. Presiding
You may proceed,
Officer.
ma'am.
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer. And of course, I will submit to any ruling or statement of the presiding officer to this senator judge. But for clarity, Mr. Presiding Officer, my question po had to do with how the evidence is material to the allegations in the articles of impeachment. Kasi nga po, hindi naman napapatunayan na the Vice President actually sought an assassin. I wanted to appreciate the evidence before me in light of the articles of impeachment. If you wish to strike out the response of the prosecutor, then so be it, Mr. Presiding Officer. But for clarity again, my intention was not to provoke a closing statement. Salamat po, Mr.
We
Presiding
will
Officer.
review the transcript again. Sorry, we have my apologies on the part of the presiding officer. We have a bit of a problem with respect to getting an updated copy of the TSN. But given the clarification of Senator Judge Risa on the matter, then for the consideration of the body, given that we tabled the motion of Senator Pia, that the response of counsel for the prosecution is not responsive to the question of Senator Judge Ontiveros. Because clearly the question he answered was whether or not it constituted an impeachable offense. But without further debate, we are tabling this, and we'll discuss and decide upon this at a later date. So ordered.
Thank you so much. May proceed, Your Honor, please.
Counsel may proceed.
Mr. Witness. Okay. Now, sinabi mo na yung former Speaker of the House ay nagbigay ng kanyang tugon sa managing pagbabanta ng Vice President. Saka sinabi mo rin na may isang video recording na inauthenticate mo. Yung tanong is, Your Honor, please, sorry, I'm reminded he is supposed to answer the specific timestamp of that recording of the former Speaker of the House's speech. Your Honor, please. I move that the witness be allowed to answer the question as to ano yung naging specific timestamp ng recording na yan.
Witness may answer.
May I refer to my investigator's notes,
He
sir?
may do so if he so wishes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Timestamp 1 minute 2 second to 2 minutes and 20 second.
So that would be timestamp 1 minute 2 seconds to 2 minutes
20 seconds, sir.
20 seconds. Your Honor, please. I move that the portion identified by the witness from timestamps 1 minute 2 seconds to 2 minutes 20 seconds be played. Your Honor, please.
Clerk of Court is directed to coordinate with counsel for the prosecution, accompanied by counsel for the respondent, to make sure that the USB identified by the witness will be the same one that will be played. It's ordered. The Senate President.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I just have a few questions while we're waiting for the video to play. This is in line with authentication.
The gentleman may proceed. Yes, 2 minutes.
At sa ating ginong testigo, narinig ko kanina ilang beses yung open source investigation. Anong ibig sabihin ng open source investigation?
Ang ibig sabihin po nun is nag-gather po ko ng iba't ibang information na available sa internet wherein anyone can access po yung data na yun.
And yung iba't ibang information na yun, how do you prove whether those information are valid, authentic, totoo? In the age of fake news ngayon, ang dami ng mga information na lumalabas.
Yung pinagkuhanan ko, Your Honor, ng mga information na yun is from the official websites and official web pages po.
Okay.
To ensure that the contents is accurate.
Okay. And then my next question, narinig ko rin kanina na minamanual comparison nyo yung mga videos between, let's say, Facebook and let's say, yung video recording. Can you describe to us anong ibig sabihin ng manual comparison?
Ibig sabihin po nun, Your Honor, meron akong dalawang monitor during that time and both videos were being played to ensure that the contents are identical po.
Meron bang, nakaupo ka doon, tinitignan mo yung dalawa?
Yes po.
Wala ka bang, let's say, software na will say, ito ay purely parehas itong dalawang video? Kasi na-imagine ko lang, upo ka doon, papanoodin mo yung dalawang video. How do we know that 1:1 yung video na kino-compare mo?
Based on, nakikita naman po siya and based on the audio, sir, na sabay po sila.
Ikaw lang yun ang tumitingin?
Yes po, and it was checked after po.
Sino nag-check?
Meron po akong nagre-review na executive officer and the chief po.
So kayong dalawa ang nagsasabi na itong Facebook video and also itong video recording talagang parehas na parehas?
The authentication itself na affidavit po, ako lang po.
Okay. Meron ba kayong ginagamit ng standards in terms of comparison? Like for example, ito ay ginagamit ng international investigative body. Ito ay isang standard na acceptable by international judicial process. Meron ba kayong ginagamit na standard acceptable by the judiciary or any courts?
Yung procedure ko po na gawin is based lang po sa digital forensic procedure po. Which
Nino?
is, yun po yung ginagamit sa digital forensic as a whole. Yung process po ng
but in digital
identification.
forensic procedure, ito ba internationally accepted procedure or locally lang?
It's a procedure that is acceptable internationally in court po.
And then meron bang international accreditation stamp yan or organization that approves it?
I have no personal knowledge, Your Honor, but I've been following that procedure.
And accepted by the courts?
Yes po.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Mr. Senate President. Clerk of Court is directed through the technical staff to kindly play the video.
The Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, Sara Duterte, admitted to contacting an assassin to kill President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., First Lady Luis Araneta Marcos, and myself. Let me be clear. Hindi na to biro. Hindi na to normal na panalita. Isa itong direktang banta sa ating demokrasya, sa ating pamahalaan, at sa seguridad ng bayan. Such statement is not just reckless, it is dangerous. It sends a chilling message to our people. A message that violence can be contemplated by those in positions of power. This is not just an affront to the individuals targeted, it is attack on the very foundation of our government. It is an insult to every Filipino who believes in the rule of law and the sanctity of life. Violence has no place in our society. It is irreconcilable with the values that have taught and guided us for years. Values.
Thank you so much. That's the portion. Your Honor, please. May we proceed?
Counsel may proceed.
Thank you so much.
Counsel may proceed.
Thank you so much. Mr. Witness, nasabi mo rin na yung AFP, Armed Forces of the Philippines, nag-issue rin ng kanilang tugon sa mga naging pagbabanta ng Vice President. Ano ba yung pruweba mo sa naging tugon ng Armed Forces of the Philippines?
I have a screenshot of the website of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, titled Statement on Military Professionalism and National Unity by General Romeo Browner, sir.
Sinabi mo screenshot. Now, sino yung kumuha ng screenshot na yan?
I did, sir, and I used my laptop.
Anong ginawa mo sa screenshot na yan kung meron man?
I first saved an electronic copy ng screenshot sa laptop and printed it.
Sana yung print out ng screenshot na yan.
Sinubmit ko po yung copy sa Committee on Justice of House of Representatives.
Now, kung yung print out ng screenshot ipapakita sa'yo, ma-identify mo ba yan?
Yes, sir.
Now, we are now in the process of presenting to you a printout of a screenshot from the AFP website with the title, quotes, Statements on Military Professionalism and National Unity, and quotes, that is previously marked as Exhibit P-Roman numeral 4-16. Okay? May you peruse the same? And the question is, what relation, if any, does that document have with the printouts of the screenshot you mentioned?
This is a copy.
How faithful, if at all, is this printout from the actual screenshots?
The printout accurately reflects the screenshot, sir.
How do you know that the printout accurately reflects the screenshot?
I compared the printouts with the screenshot and the web page of the AFP and found that the contents are identical, sir.
Now, sinabi mo rin,
Your Honor, for the record, we have the
Counsel for respondent.
we have the copy of the document. How can he be identifying the document when he does not have that copy? Are you following a script? Is he following a
my
script?
goodness, Your Honor, please. I move that statement by the defense that the witness is following a script be stricken out of record. For the record, Your Honor, the witness was perusing the document before he handed that to the defense. I move that the statements of the defense be stricken out, Your Honor, please.
But he was answering
Comments
the
of both
question.
counsels are simply noted. Kindly, if you're done with the document, counsel, kindly give it to the witness.
Your Honor, for the record, the right-hand portion of both documents contain certified true copies. It's and a mere photocopy, Your Honor.
The manifestation and objection is duly noted. Same ruling by this court. Witness may answer.
You state for the record your answer.
I have compared the screenshot with the printouts and the web page and found that the contents are identical, sir.
Your Honor, may continue. Mr. Witness, sinabi mo rin na yung PNP nag-issue rin ng kanilang statement sa mga naging pagbabanta ng Vice Presidente sa subject video. Ano bang pruweba mo kung meron man of that PNP statements?
I have the screenshot of the statement of the PNP on their Facebook official page dated November 23, 2024, sir.
Sino bang kumuha ng screenshot na yan?
I did, sir, and I used my laptop.
Anong ginawa mo sa screenshot na yan kung meron man?
Sinave ko po yung screenshot doon sa laptop ko and printed.
And then print mo. Saan na yung printout ng screenshot na yan?
Sinubmit ko po sa Committee on Justice on House of Representatives.
Now, saan na yung printout ng screenshot na yan?
Sinabit ko po sa Committee on Justice.
Now, kung yung copy ng printout ng screenshot ipapakita sa iyo, will you be able to identify the same?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm showing you a printout of a screenshot ng Facebook post ng PNP dated November 23, 2024. Title is PNP Statement that is previously marked as Exhibit P14. P-Roman numeral 417. What relation, if any?
Your Honor, may I
Counsel
ask,
for the respondent.
may I ask that we be allowed to peruse before he asks his question to identify the document?
Counsel is directed to kindly give opposing counsel for the respondent a copy of the document being presented to the witness.
Mga kabombo, ina-identify din ng panig ng depensa ang mga dokumento at kakibat na ebidensya kaugnay pa rin ng testimonya ng witness na nakasala ngayon para naman sa unang hinihimay na artikulo ng impeachment. Pero ito yung article number 4 doon sa hanay ng mga reklamo mula sa panig ng prosecution, mga kabombo at mga consternation.
The submitted document to the Committee on Justice, sir.
How faithful, if at all, is this printout sa naging actual screenshot?
It accurately reflects the screenshot.
At saka paano mo nasabi na that printout accurately reflects the screenshot?
I compared the screenshot with the printout and the web page where this was posted and found that the contents are identical.
Okay, so let's go to the last agency, Mr. Witness. Nasabi mo rin na yung National Security Council or NSC nag-issue ng statement sa naging mga pagbabanta ng Vice President. Ano bang pruweba mo kung meron man sa naging tugon ng National Security Council or NSC?
I have the screenshot of the statement of National Security Council on the official webpage of the Presidential Communication Officer.
Sino yung kumuha ng screenshot?
I did, sir, and I used my laptop.
Okay, anong ginawa mo kung meron man sa naging screenshot na yan?
Sinave ko muna electronic copy ng screenshot sa laptop ko and
Sana
printed it.
yung screenshot na yan kung alam mo.
Yun rin ko, sir.
Now, kung yung kopya ng screenshot na yan ipapakita sa iyo, ma-identify mo ba?
Yes, sir.
Now, we are in the process of showing you a printout. The defense may produce the document sa screenshot ng National Security Council statement. Okay, previously marked as Exhibit P-Roman numeral 4-18.
Your Honor, the Exhibit P-4-18 is a photocopy.
Noted.
Okay. May I ask the question?
Kindly return the document to the witness so that witness may answer.
Mr. Witness, what relation, if any, does that document have with the printout of the screenshot you mentioned?
This is the copy that was submitted to Committee on Justice, sir.
How faithful, if at all, is that printout from the actual screenshot?
It accurately reflects the screenshot, sir.
And how do you know that that printout accurately reflects the screenshot?
I compared the screenshot with the printouts and the web page and found that the contents are identical, sir.
Okay, done. Now, Mr. Witness, let's proceed. Sinabi mo rin na in the course you conducted yung open source investigation now. What happened, if any, in the course of your investigation in relation to the statements of the Vice President after you collated the videos, the screenshots of the several governmental agencies?
We then proceed to the issuance of subpoena, sir, to the following individuals who were present on November 23, 2024. Bons Magsambol, Red Mendoza, Dempsey Reyes, Ana Malindog Uy, Mikhail Flores, and Jason Rubrico, sir.
Alright, now, yung tanong, Mr. Witness, is, ba't kaya nag-issue, kung alam mo, no? Ba't nag-issue yung NBI ng subpoena sa mga taong ito?
Nandun po kasi sila sa press during the November 23, 2024 online press conference, sir.
Alright, now, ano ba yung nangyari kung meron man after yung NBI nag-issue ng, ano ba yan, subpoenas ba yan or subpoena sa mga taong ito?
Dumating po sa office namin si Dempsey Reyes and Bons Magsambol nung December 4, 2024 and inassign po sa akin na i-interview at ako po yung nag-interview.
So, Your Honor, please, may Dempsey Reyes' soul rest in peace. Now, ano ba yung nangyari kung meron man during your interview with ng namayapang si Dempsey Reyes?
He confirmed po na he was present during the November 23, 2024 online press conference. And he also confirmed that he heard the Vice President utter the statement, quote and quote. May I refer to the notes for the exact statement?
Your Honor,
The witness may do so.
He confirmed the statement, he heard the statement of the Vice President, quote and quote, "Yes, huwag kang mag-alala, ma'am, sa security ko kasi may kinausap na ako na tao, sinabi ko
Your
sa
Honor,
kanya."
May I object? This is hearsay.
oh,
Objection is sustained.
mhm.
Counsel, clearly you're trying to use this witness to present an affidavit of another person who has already passed.
If I may, Your Honor, please.
Counsel may respond.
Your Honor, please, that is not an affidavit of Dempsey Reyes. Your Honor, please, the question was what happened during his interview with that person. And he has just answered the question by saying that Dempsey Reyes confirmed that he was there and that he heard the Vice President uttering the statement, Your Honor, please. Does that hearsay, Your Honor, please? And be that as it may, Your Honor, please, we invoke a doctrine that we call an independently relevant statements. The defense is reacting. I don't know why. Your Honor, please, IRS would allow this witness to testify as to what the other person told him as to that fact, the making of the statements, as to whether or not what the person said is true or not. That is not material at this point, Your Honor, please.
Let the court clarify then. As to tenor, the court will allow it. As to the fact, as to the supposed fact that the witness told this what's his name, Dempsey Reyes, made those utterances to the witness, but not as to the truth
Yes.
of what Dempsey Kaiden Reyes said. As to subject to that clarification, court will allow it.
Thank you
Counsel,
so,
proceed.
thank you so much, Your Honor, please. What about this Bons Magsambol? Ano ba yung nangyari sa interview with him, kung meron man?
Bons Magsambol also confirmed that he was present.
Objection, Your Honor. Same objection.
And same ruling, I suppose.
Let the witness first answer and the court will make a ruling because he might have a different answer. Because counsel, note, the affidavit of the witness appended the affidavit of this Bonds guy, but did not do so with the affidavit of Dempsey. So, court will listen, presiding officer will listen to the witness before ruling on the matter, and may have the same ruling unless he gives a different answer. Please, witness, Mr. Answer. Please, Mr. Witness, kindly answer.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bons Magsambol also confirmed that he was present on the November 23, 2024 online press conference held by the Office of the Vice President. And he also confirmed that he heard the utterance of the Vice President making the statement.
Same ruling, only as to tenor. The court will admit it, not as to the truth that indeed what Bon said is true, but only as to the fact that he told the witness those statements in the Q&A that they had.
If I may.
What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Rafi Tulfo?
Mr. Presiding Officer, I just have some clarificatory questions for
The gentleman
the
may proceed and he has 2 minutes.
expert witness. Sabi mo meron kang 2 weeks lecture experience as a digital evidence expert. Is that right? 2 weeks?
2 weeks training.
Wala ka naman iba pang training?
I have a
Seminars?
training on different digital forensic aspect.
Dito sa abroad meron?
Meron po, pero yung specific sa photo and video authentication, yun po yung 2 weeks.
So all in all total you have 2 years experience plus 2 weeks lecture lang pagdating sa authentication ng forensic evidence
For the photo and video, sir.
for the photo and video, which ito yung pinag-usapan natin yan.
Yes po.
Now, my question to you, in your testimony, Mr. Witness, you did mention that you personally investigated the alleged inciting to sedition by the BP Sara Duterte video, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, in doing so, in the course of your investigation, did you look at the comments section? If you did, ano yung mga reactions doon? Ano yung mga statements doon sa comment sections ng mga nag-view ng videos?
There are comments that they agreed to the statement of the Vice President, but it was not documented, sir.
That's all, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Judge Tulfo. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Mr. Witness, let's proceed. What proof, if any, do you have that Dempsey Reyes confirmed that he heard the Vice President utter those words?
I have the signed minutes of interview with Dempsey Reyes and an affidavit that I executed attesting to the interview, sir.
All right. Now, what about this Bones Magsambol? What proof, if any, do you have that he confirmed that he heard the Vice President utter those words?
I have the minutes of interview with Bons Magsambol, sir, that he was signed. And I also have the affidavit that attesting that I interviewed Bons Magsambol, sir.
So far, Mr. Witness, you mentioned 1 minutes and affidavits. Now, kung yung mga dokumentong ito ipapakita sa'yo, do you think you'll be able to identify the same?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm now showing you a document entitled Side Minutes that is previously marked as Exhibit P Roman numeral 4-20 and series. Please peruse that document.
May the defense be allowed also to peruse, Your Honor.
The defense may, the counsel for respondent may look at the document.
Mga kabombo, sa kasalukuyan ay ina-identify at kinukumpara yung mga data na naka-indicate dun ho sa printed material at dun sa bahagi ng mga ebidensya na hawak naman ng witness. Ito, ituloy natin mga kabombo at mga Kastar Nation, yung
P-4
ng depensa.
copies and Exhibit P-4-20D is unreadable, as well as P-4-20E, Your Honor.
Which one is unreadable, counsel?
P-4-20D and P-4-20E.
20D?
D for dog, Your Honor. D and E. Delta Echo.
What does P-4-20D seek to show, counsel for the prosecution?
If I may peruse the document, John, please. Stephen, I need to see the document. And let's get the...
Because indeed, the presiding officer confirms that it is, I cannot decipher what it seeks to show. Unless the photocopy of a photocopy is what I have.
Okay, so may we be given 2 minutes to secure the other copies of that documents.
Your Honor,
And P-4 Roman numeral number 4-20E.
yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, for
This is the one with the blurred face of the Vice President.
Yes, Your Honor.
Supposedly on a computer.
Your Honor, may we object on the 2 minutes, because this is the document they are already having him identify. Or do they mean to correct that mistake?
Counsel, do not waste the court's time in regard to
Yeah, Your
this.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, counsel for the
we
prosecution.
abide by the copies as they are. We abide by the copies as they are, Your Honor, please.
So let's see, Mr.
Yes.
Witness, what do you see in front of you? Insofar as P-4-20D and E is concerned.
Hindi. Same. Same. Hindi yung blurry.
So pareho malabo yung kopya natin. Yan at yung kopya ko din. Mr. Witness, if you don't see anything, it's okay.
I can only confirm the signed minutes, but the annexes, there are some unreadable, Your Honor.
Yeah.
But the signed minutes, I confirm, sir, that this is
The what?
the copy of the minutes.
Your Honor,
This is the copy of
The
the minutes.
minutes, but not the attachment, because clearly the attachment P4-20D and -E are both
Yes, Your Honor.
unclear. Would that be correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So only as to the supposed affidavit and not to the two attachments. You
Yes, Your
cannot
Honor.
identify them. Noted.
Thank you so much. Now, on page 4 of the signed minutes, Mr. Witness, there appears a signature above the name Dempsey Saiden Reyes. Whose signature is that, if you know?
It is the signature of Dempsey Reyes, sir.
And how do you know that that is his signature?
I saw him sign the document after our interview, sir.
Now, on page 4 of the signed minutes, may pirma din sa ibabaw ng pangalan ng isang Attorney Jetro Lorenza A. Cuon. Kaninong signature ito kung alam mo?
Signature of Attorney Kuon po, who is the counsel of Dempsey Reyes and present during the interview, sir.
And how do you know that that is signature?
I saw him sign the document after the interview, sir.
Now, sa page 4 ng side minutes, let's go to page 4, Mr. Witness. Makikita mo dyan yung signature sa ibabaw ng pangalang Agent John Mark Calidong. Whose signature is that, if you know?
This is my signature, sir.
Okay, now, let's, you also mentioned ng affidavit. No? Kung yung affidavit na ito ay papakita sa'yo, will you be able to identify the same?
Yes, sir.
Now, ipinapakita ko sa inyo now yung affidavit dated February 10, 2025.
Your Honor, may we also be allowed to peruse?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Kindly exhibit and show to counsel for the respondent the document you are showing to the witness.
That is previously marked as Exhibit P-14, -19, and series. And if the court may inquire as to the remainder of the testimony of this witness, we are about to wind up the testimony of this witness, Your Honor, please.
Your Honor,
Thank you,
for the
Counsel.
record, this is a photocopy. This is Exhibit P-4-19.
Noted.
Okay. Mr. Witness, have you perused that document? Have you perused the document? Nabasa mo na ba yung dokumentong iyan?
Yes, sir.
Now, what relation, if any, does that document have with the affidavit you mentioned?
This is the affidavit attesting my interview with Dempsey Reyes, sir. copy of the affidavit, sir.
Now on page 2 of the affidavit, may makikitang pirma sa ibabaw ng pangalang Agent John Mark Calilong. Kaninong pirma ba yan?
It is my signature, sir.
Now, on page 2, may pirma din sa ibabaw ng pangalang Attorney Van Homer ang Luben. Kaninong pirma ba yan?
Signature po ni Attorney ang Luben, sir.
Ba't mo nalaman na iyan ay isang pirma ni Attorney ang Luben?
I saw him sign the document and I have viewed and acted upon documents bearing his signature. Kaya pamilyar po ako.
Thank you so much. Now, I'm now showing you the other affidavit of even date, February 10, 2025, that is previously marked as Exhibit P Roman numeral 4-21 and series.
Your
Can
Honor.
you peruse the same?
Your Honor may be allowed. Thank you, Your Honor.
Kindly show counsel for respondent a copy of the document that the witness will testify to.
Thank you so much.
For the record, Your Honor, the Exhibit P-4-21 and Exhibit P-4-21A are photocopies.
Duly noted. Kindly return the document to the witness for his perusal.
We are returning the document to the witness, Your Honor.
Stephen, ano yun? P14, P422 series.
Counsel, please proceed.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Please. On what relation, if any, have you answered the question? Does this document have with the one you mentioned?
This is the copy of the affidavit of interview with Bons Magsambol. Your Honor, yes, this is the copy, sir.
Now, on page 2 of the affidavit, may pirma sa ibabaw ng pangalang Agent John Mark Calilong. Kaninong pirma ba yan?
This is my signature, sir.
Sa pahina, page 2, may makikita din isang pirma sa ibabaw ng pangalang Attorney Van Homer ang Luben. Kaninong pirma ba yan?
This is the signature of Attorney Van ang Ruben, sir.
Ba't mo nalaman na iyan ay isang pirma ni Attorney ang Luben?
Nakita ko po niya, pinirmahan po yung document and may mga documents pa po ako nakita na pirmado niya.
Now, Mr. Witness, thank you so much. Now, we are showing you yung dokumento entitled Signed Minutes. That is previously marked as Exhibit P-Roman numeral 4-22 and series. May you peruse the same. Defense may also peruse that document.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Kindly show a copy to the counsel for respondent.
Your Honor, Exhibits P-4-22 to Exhibits P-4-22G are photocopies, and Exhibit P-4-22F Foxtrot and P-4-22G Golf are unreadable. For the record, we are returning the document to the witness.
For the record as well, Chair confirms the observation of counsel for respondent in regard to P-4-22F and P-4-22G. And the presiding officer would like to once again ask the witness, can he decipher what is in the two exhibits mentioned by counsel for respondent? Again, P-4-22F, P-4-22G.
Your Honor, I can confirm the signed minutes, but the attachment there are unreadable, Your Honor.
The two exhibits.
Annex A and Annex B with exhibit 4 -22 F and P for 22G.
Duly noted.
Thank you so much.
Please
May
proceed,
proceed, Your Honor, please. On page 6 ng side minutes, may makikitang pirma sa ibabaw ng pangalang Bones Magzambol. Kaninong pirma ba yan?
This is the signature of Bonds Magsambol, sir.
And then, how do you know that pirma yan ni Attorney, ni Bones Magzambol?
Nakita ko po ito nung sinign po niya yung document after ng interview.
Now, you go to page 6 ng side minutes na yan. May makikitang pirma sa ibabaw ng pangalang Attorney Michael Christopher De Castro. Kaninong pirma ba yan kung alam mo?
Pirma po ito ni Attorney De Castro. Counsel po ni Bonds Magsambol during the time ng interview na present during that time.
Yung tanong is, paano mo nalaman na yan ay pirma ni Attorney De Castro?
Nakita ko pong pinirma niya to after the interview, sir.
Now, let's go to page 6 of that minutes. May makikitang pirma sa ibabaw ng pangalang Agent John Mark Calilong. Kaninong pirma ba yan?
Pirma ko po, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Witness. Mr. Witness, you mentioned that the NBI conducted an investigation on the threats uttered by the Vice President against the President, the First Lady, at saka former Speaker of the House of Representatives. Now, ano ba yung nangyari? Ano ba yung nangyari kung meron man pagkatapos ng naging investigasyon ng NBI?
Objection, Your Honor. Misleading. He assumes as fact not testified to by the witness.
Kindly rephrase, counsel.
Okay, now, what happened next, if any, and if you know, and in relation to the investigation conducted by the NBI, after the NBI's investigation?
Objection, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Same objection.
Your Honor, please, if I may.
Witness may answer.
After the investigation, we executed an affidavit of investigation and recommended the filing of inciting to sedition and 3 counts of grave threat, both in relation to Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, sir.
Now, sinabi mo na yung NBI, you signed, executed yung affidavit of investigation, correct?
Our team, sir.
Now, ano ba yung nangyari kung meron man at saka kung alam mo, okay, pagkatapos may execute ang affidavit of investigation na yan in relation to the investigation you did on the Vice President?
We filed it to the DOJ, the affidavit of investigation, together with its annexes, sir.
Okay, you said you filed the affidavit. Now, question, ano yung mga nangyari kung meron man, kung alam mo, after ma-file yung affidavit of investigation with the DOJ in relation to the investigation you conducted on the Vice President?
We further conduct an investigation wherein we identified different videos, at least 3, that we find relevant to the November 23, sir.
Okay, so you are now mentioning videos. Sinabi mo relevant. Relevant again to what?
To the November 23, 2024 video, sir.
All right. Now, so for the record, this is now the 3rd set of videos you're referring to.
Yes, sir.
Now, ano yung mga videos na ito kung alam mo, Mr. Witness?
The June 19 video wherein the Vice President resigned as the Secretary of the Department of Education. The July 11 video wherein the Vice President state that she would not attend the Zona, but instead declare herself as the designated survivor. And lastly, the November 26 video wherein the Vice President did not deny making statement, but instead confirmed that she already talked to someone to kill the President, the First Lady, and former Speaker of the House if she was killed.
So for the record, you mentioned of 3 videos. One is dated June 19, 2024, June 11, 2024, tsaka November 26 ba yun? 2024. Now, let's go to this video na sinabi mo ng Vice President resigning as the Secretary ng Department of Education on June 19. Ay yung pruweba mo that you have, sinabi mo rin, authenticate mo yung video, correct?
Yes po.
Ano yung pruweba mo that you authenticated this video?
I have executed an affidavit of authentication of digital evidence dated April 30, 2026, sir.
Kung yung kopya ng affidavit of authentication now dated, sinabi mo, April 30, 2026, may papakita sa'yo. Okay? Ma-identify mo ba yan?
Yes, sir.
Now, we are in the process of showing you yung isang affidavit of authentication of digital evidence dated April 30, 2026 that is previously marked as Exhibit P-Roman numeral 4-25 and series. Defense is in the process or manifestation of perusing that document.
Your Honor, exhibits
Counsel for the respondent.
Thank you, Your Honor. Exhibit P-4-25 to Exhibit P-4-25F Foxtrot are photocopies, Your Honor. And Exhibit P-14-25B and P-14-25F Foxtrot. Let's take it to P-4-25B, Your Honor. P-12-25B is unreadable and it merely shows a black screen. Meanwhile, P-4-25F, it seems to be a photocopy of a USB with no real USB attached. For the record, we are returning the
Duly noted. And the
document.
presiding officer likewise confirms the observation of counsel for the respondent. Kindly return the document to the witness.
Mr. Witness, the question is, what relation, if any, does that document have with the affidavit you mentioned?
The world is set para sa isang makasaysayang yugto sa football mula sa host nations, United States, Canada at Mexico. Ihahatid namin sa inyo ang bawat goal, bawat sandali at bawat tagumpay. Manatiling nakatutok para sa mga balita at updates ng FIFA World Cup 2026. FIFA World Cup 2026. Dito lamang sa Bombo Radio Philippines.
Angin. Kung wala ginapaandar ang aircon, mas dako ang makinot sang pamilya. Ang ini nga pahanumdom halin sa Bombo Radio Philippines. Basta Radio, Bombo!
Energy Conservation Tip. Hindi magsigi-sigi bukas ng refrigerator. Ang refrigerator isa sa mga appliances nga masami nga nagaandar. Gana importante nga hindi man masami pagbuksa ng iyang apertahan. Kada bukas nagasulod ang init nga hangin nga nagapabudlay sa ref nga liwat pabugnawon ang sulod sini. Bangod sini mas nagataas ang konsumo sang kuryente. Kung may kuhaon, huna-hunaa anay para isa lang kabukas agdasig ni isarado. Ini nga pahanumdom ang halin sa Bombo Radio Philippines. Basta Radio, Bombo!
Energy Conservation Tip. Pati ang rice cooker kung luto na. Pagkatapos maluto ang kanon, hindi pagpalawigo na sa warm mode ang rice cooker kung hindi man kinahanglan ang warm mode nagakonsumo gyapon na sang kuryente samtang nagaandar. Kung luto na kaganda ng pagkaon, pwede na inakakson sa salaksakan. Ang maayo nga pagdumala sa kusina isa kadako nga bulig sa pagkinot sang kuryente adlaw-adlaw. Ini nga panumdom malin sa Bombo Radio Philippines, basta radio, Bombo.
Ang kasubo kag depresyon ang hindi pareho nga balatyagon. Ang depresyon ang hindi gulpiyada lang nga nagakatabo sa isa ka tawo. Masami man nga ginakabig sa mga tawo nga depressed ini bangod sa kasubo nga nagakabatyagan. Ang kasubo temporaryo lang nga nagakabatyagan sang tawo kag masami nagadugay sang pilalang kaadlaw. Samtang makabig naman nga nag-experience ikaw sang depresyon kung masobre na sa 3 ka bulan nga nagabatyag ikaw sang kasubo. Importante nga mahibaluan ang mga naga-trigger sa amo nga balatyagon, agud nga mahibaluan kung paano ini nga bulngon.
Energy conservation tip. Isirado ang pertahan kag bintana kung nagagamit sang aircon. Kung naga-aircon sa sulod sang kwarto o kung balay, sigurohon nga sirado ang pertahan kag bintana. Kung may buho o kung may bukas, nagagwa ang bugnaw nga hangin kag mas mabudlay sa aircon nga pabugnawon ang lugar. Ini nagadala sa mas mataas nga konsumo sang kuryente. Ang pagsiguro nga sirado ang kwarto ang makabulig sang dako sa pagkinot. Ang ini nga pahanumdom halin sa Bombo Radio Philippines. Basta Radio, Bombo!
Ano ang dapat himuon pagkatapos ang klase? Importante gid nga magtuon na tapuson ang mga assignments kag mag-review para mas mapabakod pa ang imo na hibaluan na. Ihanda ang mga gamit para sa sunod nga adlaw. Ballpen, kwaderno, libro kag projects kun mayara. Pandama ang kaugalingon para sa mas epektibo nga pagtuon na. Likawan ang sobra nga gadget time kag unahon ang mga buluhaton sa eskwelahan. Magpahamtang man sa gusto nga oras para sa pagtuon kag pagpahuway.
Nagabulig sa paglikaw sa nanuhay tuay nga balatian ang simple nga pagkaon sang citrus fruits kaangay sang pomelo nga puno sang powerful immune boosting antioxidant.
Ang pomelo ang puno man sang lycopene, isa ka anti-inflammatory, anti-aging antioxidant nga nagapanami sang supat. Ang duga naman sang panit kag dahon sang pomelo ang natukiban nga makapatay sang cancer cells kag nagapalikaw sa paglapta sini sandig sa test tube studies.
Energy conservation tip. Taklobi ang kaldero kung nagaluto. Kung nagaluto, taklobi ang kaldero kung lutuan kung mahimo. Kung may taklob, mas dasig nga mag-init ang sulod kag mas dasig maluto ang pagkaon. Ini ang nagapalip oras sang oras kang pagluto kag nagabuin man sa konsumo sang kuryente kung electric stove, rice cooker o kung induction cooker ang ginagamit. Ang simple nga paggamit sang taklob may dako nga kontribusyon sa pagkinot. Ini nga panumdom halin sa Bombo Radio Philippines, basta radio, Bombo.
Mga kabombo nga motorista, yari ang mga pamaagi agud makatipid ka sa gatong. Ipasiguro nga yara permi sa maayong nga kondisyon ang imo salakyan. Check yara ang imo nga goma kag siguraduha nga yara sa husto nga tire pressure. Likawan nga naka-idle ang makina sang imo salakyan bangod nagakonsumo ini sang gatong. Buksi ang bintana sang imo salakyan kag magamit lamang sang aircon kung kinahanglan. Kag pagkamaayuha nga mag-commute na lang o kung maglakat-lakat kung malapit man lang ang imo kadtuan. Likawan ang aggressive driving kag padalagan ang imo salakyan sa husto lamang nga katasigon.
Nga ginadubilian ang iligal nga droga.
Makamamatay. Ang nagagamit sang shabu posible mapatay tungod sa cardiac arrest o kung hindi gani tungod sa drug overdose.
Makaguba sang lawas. Makadulot ini sang pagkaguba sang kidney o kung pag-angkon sang hepatitis. Posible man nga malatnan sang acquired immune deficiency syndrome o kung AIDS.
Maglikaw sa iligal nga droga para sa matawhay kag malinong nga komunidad kag pamilya.
Lolo, lola, nanay kag tatay, naka-eksperyensya ka bala nga may nagtawag sa imo cellphone o kung telepono kag nagapakilala nga anak o kung apo nimo?
Hindi magpakulba, hindi magpainto, likawi ang ini nga sahi isang scam. Kung makabaton sang tawag o kung email sa nagapakilala nga miyembro sang pamilya nga nagapangayo bulig, hibalua kag kilalahagid anay antis magpadala sang kwarta. Hindi gid magpadala sang kwarta kung hindi mo sigurado nga matumod nga himata kag nagakinhanglan gid man sang kwarta ang ina nga tawo.
Energy conservation tip. Tipuna ang linaban antes magpaandar sang washing machine. Sa paglaba, mas makinot kung tipuno na ang linaban antes sa magamit sang washing machine. Kung isa, duwa o kung bilog nga labhana, sayang ang kuryente kag tubig apang hindi man pagpasobrahan ang mga panapton nga laban kagigo lang sa kapasidad sang makina. Ang insakto nga load sang washing machine mas epesyente kag makabuhi na sa balayrana sa kuryente. Ini nga panumdom halin sa Bombo Radio Philippines, basta radio, Bombo.
Nagakaon ka man bala sang tofu, malasay ini pero matamis ang dala nga benepisyo sini sa lawas. Sino kay Kerry Torrens, isa ka qualified nutritionist, ang tofu ang makabato sa obesity kag makabulig sa weight loss. Ang tofu ang mayara sang tuman kamarabo nga level sang cholesterol kag fat, gani maayo ini para sa epektibo nga weight loss. Ang tofu ang nakabulig man ikaw sa hair loss. Ang human hair ang ginabugusan sang protein, gani ang ini nga nutrient ang required agod mag-maintain sang hair health, volume kag quality.
Kadungan sang pagtigulang, nagataas man ang risgo sang vitamin deficiencies nga nagatugas sang physical kag emotional changes. Santo sa isa ka scientific study, ang B vitamins ang importante agod nga mag-function ang body cells nga nagabulig sa metabolism, paghimo sang bago nga blood cells kag nagabulig sa pag-maintain sang healthy skin cells, brain cells kag body tissues.
Magluwa sa supplements, lakip sa mga pagkaon nga bastante sa vitamins sa ang karne, whole grains, prutas, gatas, cheese kag mga ulutanon.
Hindi lamang sa genes o kung tugas ang katigulangon ang rason sang hair loss o kung pagkaunot sang buhok. Natukiban sang health expert sa South Korea nga ang hair loss ang tuga sang environmental factors.
Sa bugos nga kalibutan, nagalabot sa 4.2 million ang nagakapatay bangod sa outdoor air pollution suno sa World Health Organization. Mas sobra 90% sang populasyon sa kalibutan ang nagaistar sa populated areas, sa diin ang heart attacks, aggravated asthma, irregular heartbeat kag poorer lung function ang pinalamang sa epekto sang air pollution.
Energy conservation tip. Limpyuhi ang electric fan. Ang electric fan nga puno sang yabok kag higko sa blades kag grills, mas mabudlay nga maglibot kag mas hinay ang hangin nga ginahatag. Ini mahimo magresulta sa mas taas nga paggamit kag pag-usek sang kuryente. Gani, masami nga limpyuhi ang electric fan, agod mas efficient ang iya pag-andar. Ang limpyo nga fan, mas presko ang buga. Mas tipid pa sa kuryente. Ang ini nga pahanumdom halin sa Bombo Radio Philippines. Basta Radio, Bombo!
Ang tambo o kung bamboo shoots manggaranon sa dietary fiber, low in calories kag power-packed sa essential nutrients. Sunod sa pagtuon sa comprehensive reviews in food science and food safety, ang phytosterols kag phytonutrients sa tambo ang ideal sa pagtunaw sang harmful LDL cholesterol sa lawas. Ang antioxidants sa tambo ang essential man sa pagpabaskog sa sulod kag sagwa sang lawas. Sunod naman sa pagpanalawsaw sang Journal of Ethnopharmacology, ang bamboo shoots mayara sang anti-inflammatory kag analgesic o kung killing properties.
Agud makalikaw sa food poisoning o kung paglain sang tiyan, sundo ng ining mga pahanumdom sa pagpreparar sa mga pagkaon kag ilimnon.
Manghugas ang kamot kag ipabili ng katinlo antes kag pagkatapos ang paghimos. Kung nagamasakit, likawan ang pagpreparar sang pagkaon para sa iban.
Siguraduhon nga naluto sang husto ang pagkaon. Kung mahimo, kauno ng pagkaon samtang mainit pa. Siguraduhon ang katinlo sang pagkaon agod ang selebrasyon mangin mas malipayon.
Pila ng imo edad? May savings ka na bala? Ang iban sa ato nagakabudlayan magkinot o kung mag-save sang kwarta. Apang paano bala iniumpisahan? I-separate ang wants kag needs. Pamangkuton ang kaugalingon kung bala kinahanglanon gid ang imo nga baklon. Kung ginakulang ka na sang kwarta, hindi ini dapat pagastuhon sa butang nga hindi man lang importante. Kung hindi ka gid makakinot, mas maayo nga buhinan mo ang imo expenses. Mag-set sang goal. Umpisahi ang pagpanumdum kung para sa diin o kung para sa ano ikaw nagakinot.
Energy conservation tip. Tipuna ang linaban antes magpaandar sang washing machine. Sa paglaba, mas makinot kung tipuno na ang linaban antes sa magamit sang washing machine. Kung isa, duwa o kung nabilog nga labhana, sayang ang kuryente kag tubig hapang hindi man pagpasobrahan ang mga panapton nga laban kag igulang sa kapasidad sang makina. Ang insakto nga load sang washing machine mas epesyente kag makabuhi na sa balayrana sa kuryente. Ini nga panumdom halin sa Bombo Radio Philippines, Basta Radio, Bombo.
Energy conservation tip. Ibutang ang aircon sa 24 to 26 degrees. Kung kinahanglan gid magamit sang aircon, hindi ini pagpasubrahan sa kabugnaw o kung katugnaw. Ang recommended nga setting amo ang 24 to 26 degrees Celsius. Kung masyado kabugnaw ang setting, mas bugat ang trabaho sang aircon kag mas dako ang konsumo sang kuryente. Ang insakto nga temperatura nagahatag gihapon sang komportable nga kabugnaw nga wala nagausik sang enerhiya. Ang hininga pahanumdom halin sa Bombo Radio Philippines. Basta Radio, Bombo!
Energy conservation tip. Gamiton ang electric fan antes ang aircon. Kung hindi manggid tuman kainit ang panahon, mas maayo nga electric fan lang anay ang gamiton antes mag-aircon. Ang electric fan mas manubo ang konsumo sang kuryente kung ipaanggid sa aircon. Sa aton klima diri sa Pilipinas, may mga tion nga masarangan na sang electric fan para maghatag sang komportable nga hangin. Kung wala ginapaandar ang aircon, mas dako ang makinot sang pamilya. Ang ini nga pahanumdom halin sa Bombo Radio Philippines. Basta Radio, Bombo!
Ang benepisyo sa pagkaon sang abukado. Una, maangkaranon sa antioxidant. Ikaduha, nagapabaskog sang imo nga immune system. Ikatatlo, makabulig man sa pagpaniwang sang imo nga lawas. Ikaapat, makabuhin man sa pagsakit sang imo nga rayuma. Ikalima, nagapanubo man sang imo nga high blood pressure.
Energy Conservation Tip. Limpyuhi ang electric fan.
Under footnote 2, it says a copy of the preservation request dated 24 November 2024 is attached as Annex B, but we note that there is no preservation request or Annex B appended. As footnote number 3 of the same exhibit, a copy of the email dated November 28, 2024 from Meta is attached herewith as Annex C. However, no Annex C is appended upon the affidavit. As footnote number 4, it says a copy of the authenticated recording of the video of the online live stream press conference of the Vice President held on 23 November 2024. And it says it's attached here as Annex D. However, no Annex D is attached on this affidavit. As footnote number 5, a copy of the printout of the screenshot of hash file, VP November 23 press con at the Batasan, is attached here with this Annex E. However, no hash value or printout thereof is appended as any Annex E. As footnote 6 of the same exhibit, it says a copy of the VP November 23 press con at Batasan CCD transcript is attached as Annex F, and a copy of the affidavit of transcription dated 20 December 2024 is attached as Annex G. However, no Batasan CCD transcript of the November 23 press con or affidavit of transcription are attached as Annexes F or G respectively. For Exhibit P-4-28C, the footnote 7 says a copy of authenticated 18 October 2024 video is attached as Annex H. However, no Annex H or an authenticated video is attached hereon. As footnote number 8, a copy of the printout of screenshot of hash file is attached as Annex I. However, no printout of such hash file is found on this document.
If I may, are we done?
No.
Okay, proceed.
On Exhibit P-4-28D, footnote 9 says a copy of the VP SD press briefing dated 18 October 2024 CCD transcript is attached as Annex J, and a copy of the affidavit of transcription dated 3 February 2025 is attached as Annex K. However, no press briefing or affidavit of transcription dated February 3, 2025 are appended as an
With the
Annex.
permission of the counsel for respondent to abbreviate the proceedings, counsel for the prosecution, will you stipulate that none of the attachments contained in the footnote until Annex KK
if I may,
is attached to the affidavit that you are presenting the witness?
if with a counter manifestation, Your Honor, please, that this latest affidavit of authentication tries to summarize each and every other affidavit authentication. So as to the concern of the defense, Your Honor, please, this is just a summary of all the other affidavits of authentication.
Subject to that qualification, but indeed it did not contain and does not
Yes.
contain, or the annexes purported to be part of this affidavit.
Yes, Your
Does
Honor.
counsel respondent confirm that it is up to Annex KK?
Your Honor, we confirm.
KK, tama ba?
We
Hanggang KK,
confirm,
diba?
but is it until KK, Your Honor?
KK. Noted, subject to the brief manifestation of counsel, but indeed, the chair presiding officer confirms that none of the annexes contained in all of the footnotes until Annex KK is attached to the affidavit being presented to the witness.
Your Honor, please. Thank you so much. May I proceed? Mr. Witness.
For the record, we're returning
Yes, counsel for respondent.
the document to the witness.
Mr. Witness, have you perused that document?
Yes, sir. This is a copy of the Affidavit of Authentication. Collection, preservation, authentication of digital evidence, dated June 11, 2026. And it doesn't have annexes here.
Yeah, okay. May I proceed, Your Honor, please? Mr. Witness, what happened next, if any, after you authenticated the video of the Vice President's that on November 26, 2024, you said the Vice President did not deny that she made the threats, and in fact, she confirmed her utterances should something happen to her. What happened next, if any, after that?
Objection, Your
What is the
Leading.
objection of counsel?
Leading.
Misleading, Your Honor. No mention. The witness did not mention this.
Your Honor,
Witness may answer.
I saved the video of the November 26, 2024 online interview on my computer and on a flash drive.
Now, Your Honor, before we
Counsel for respondent.
proceeds, may I request that the counsel for the prosecution refrain from characterization, testifying on what the document or the video is. So, Your Honor, I request that.
Your Honor, I'm just merely describing an affidavit or a document or an object that this witness already testified to. I'm just repeating what the witness said. I'm not adding any value whatsoever to what the witness already testified to, Your Honor, please.
Precisely, Your Honor.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing in the rules would disallow me to do that, Your Honor, please.
Will counsels kindly wait for the presiding officer to recognize him before they speak? Counsel will instead advise the senator judges to kindly listen, take note of the pieces of evidence presented through a witness under oath and subject to cross-examination, and not statements made by either counsel that are conclusions of fact and or law in arriving at their decision. The chair will be more mindful, counsel for respondent, insofar as that is concerned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Counsel for the prosecution, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Witness, you mentioned about flash drive, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, kung yung flash drive na iyan, ipapakita sa iyo, ma-identify mo ba yan?
Yes po.
Now, ngayon, ipinapakita ko yung flash drive na previously marked as Exhibit P1426 containing the video recording of the Vice President on November 26, 2024. That is previously marked as Exhibit P-Roman numeral 426. May you peruse the same.
Permission to unseal the flash drive, sir.
Witness may do so.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh.
This is the flash drive where I saved the recording, sir.
Now, thank you so much. Now, you mentioned that you authenticated the recording of the video of the Vice President on November 26, 2024. Okay, sinabi mo, the Vice President did not deny that she made the threats. In fact, she made the utterance. Not it done, Mr. Witness. Now, the question now is, in what particular portion of that video did the Vice President not deny that she made those threats? If you know.
Permission to refer to my investigator's notes, sir.
You may do so.
Thank you, Your Honor. Timestamp 10 minutes and 40 seconds to timestamp 11 minutes and 50 seconds, sir.
So it's from timestamps 10 minutes to 40 seconds to 11 minutes 50 seconds. A quick calculation, that would be 1 minute and 19 seconds. Mr. Witness?
Yes, sir. 1 minute and 10 seconds.
I'm about to show you now that 1 minute and 18 seconds portion, particularly from timestamps 10 minutes, 40 seconds to 11 minutes, 50 seconds. May we allow Attorney Steven Magallon?
Will counsel, one of the counsels for respondent accompany the counsel for the prosecution to make sure that it is the same USB identified by the witness that will be played by the tech
Thank you, Your Honor.
of the clerk of court.
Mga kabombo, mga ka-Star Nation, oras natin sa buong kapuluan, 19 na minuto na makalipas ang ika-6 ng gabi at patuloy tayong nakantabay dito sa testimonya ng witness na isinalang ng panig ng prosekusyon, si National Bureau of Investigation Agent John Mark Calilong, at ang nasa direct examination sa kanya ay si Attorney Virgil Ligutan ng kabahagi ng panig ng prosecution. Siya ay counsel for the prosecution.
Another person warned
mga
me,
kabombo.
and then I was asked
Eto.
during a press briefing by a media person if I know of these plans, if you can say the word, if that is the correct word to use here, plans. So I answered. I was asked Romanov, and then I answered. I was told by two people, this is the first time I've heard of Romanov, so that is the third already. And I said, don't worry about my security. If they kill me, if I die, kapag pinatay ako, or kapag namatay ako, in the context of don't worry about my security. So this means pinatay ka. Diba? Kasi hindi ka naman mamamatay by heart attack in relation to your security. Diba? So, pag namatay ako, I already asked a person to take revenge against 3 individuals. So, my question now.
So, last question for this prosecution witness. You
Counsel may
confirm.
proceed.
Kinukumpirma mo, Mr. Witness. When confronted with the question whether she uttered those threats against the President, the First Lady, and the former Speaker of the House, the Vice President did not deny, and she confirmed she made those threats.
Objection, Your Honor.
What is the objection?
Leading.
Witness may not answer.
Counsel, kindly rephrase. It's your last question.
I
Let's
will.
kindly rephrase.
Okay, now, Mr. Witness, base sa video na yan, makikita mo ba, base sa video na yan, na yung Vice President, instead of denying, she confirmed that she made those threats.
Objection, leading.
I will withdraw the question. That's all for this witness, Your Honor, please.
Thank you very much. Bugso ng kahilingan ng ilan sa aming mga miyembro dahil sa kapasyahan na rin ng presiding officer, ipagpapaliban natin ang cross-examination ng counsel for respondent para bukas. The witness is under the same obligation to appear tomorrow by virtue of the same subpoena issued to him. The same is true with respect to Attorney Jeremy Lontok, especially given that the subpoena gives 2 dates for the required appearance of the 2 NBI agents. Any other points that any of the parties wish to make before we adjourn?
Your Honor,
Yes.
please. Admin matter, Your Honor,
Counsel
please.
for the prosecutor.
For the record, the exhibits, in particular the flash drives, were unsealed. May I move that representative from both sides be present to seal again those flash drives and for counter signatures from both sides, Your Honor, please.
We were worried about that, but I was waiting for the counsel to actually ask for that. When can we do this? Would some counsels for the parties wish to remain
Yes,
after
Your
we
Honor.
adjourn, just so that we can sign and seal the USBs?
Of course, Your Honor.
Thank you. There being no other matters to be taken up by this court, the trial is hereby adjourned until 2 p.m. of Wednesday, July 8, 2026, for the continuation of the testimony of NBI agent John Mark Calilong, specifically the cross-examination by the counsel.
kaBombo, mga ka-Star Nation, ipagpapatuloy bukas ang impeachment trial sa ikatlong araw ng paglilitis sa kasong kinakaharap ni Vice President Sara Duterte. At natapos yung pagbibigay ng salaysay nitong si Agent John Mark Calilong, ngunit bukas yung cross-examination sa kanya. Ibig sabihin, ang magtatanong naman sa kanya ay yung mula sa panig ng depensa, mga kaBombo at mga ka-Star Nation. Naghatid yan sa atin sa oras na 24 na minuto na makalipas ang ika-6 ng gabi at tuloy-tuloy pa rin tayo sa ating pagtugaygay dito sa malalaking balitang ating binabantayan mula pa ho kanina, mga kaBombo at mga ka-Star Nation, lalo na yung iba pang mga kaakibat na paksa, lalo't malalaking kaganapan din ng ating inaantabayanan sa mga pagkakataong ito. Tumako tayo, mga kaBombo, sa mga karagdagang balita habang inaantabayanan natin ang communication line na pag-uulat live mula ho dyan sa ating coverage team sa bahagi ng Senado. Ilang saglit lamang. Kanina, mga kaBombo, dumulog sa kataas-taasang hukuman ang ilang grupo ng mga abogado upang hilingin na pansamantalang itigil ang impeachment trial laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Sa pangunguna ni Attorney Israelito Torion at mga kasamahang abogado, kanilang inihain ang very urgent manifestation with motion sa Korte Suprema. Layunin umano ng naturang motion na mag-issue ng kaukulang hakbang ang hukuman, partikular na ang status quo ante-order para naman pigilan ang impeachment court at mga opisyal, mga kinatawan at lahat ng tauhan na kabahagi sa nagpapatuloy na paglilitis at gayon din yung pagtanggap ng mga ebidensya o proseso ng impeachment ay hinihiling din nilang itigil. Nais kasi ng mga petitioner na bigyang linaw muna yung naunang petisyon na kumukwestiyon sa legalidad ng naganap na sesyon ng 3 ng Hunyo ng taong kasalukuyan, kung saan ay nagbago ang liderato ng Senado sa bilang ho ng mga sumuportang mambabatas sa bagong liderato na 12 senador, bagay na tinututulan ng naturang kampo ng mga abogado dahil para sa kanila ay 13 ang majority number of senators na pwedeng maghalal ng mga leader nito. Hiniling din, mga kaBombo, ng grupo sa Korte Suprema na mag-issue ng kaukulang kautusan na nagsasabing dapat lamang magpatuloy ang impeachment trial kung ang rules of procedure ay nasunod at ang mga otoridad ng mga personalidad na nangunguna rito, partikular na ang presiding officer, ay hindi nahaharap sa unresolved constitutional challenge. Gayunman mga kabombo, ang paglilinaw nila ng motion na ito ay hindi patungkol sa politika kundi sa pagiging valid at naaayon sa batas ng paglilitis o kaya ay pagdinig ng impeachment court laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Samantala, nilinaw ni impeachment trial presiding officer Francis Chis Escudero na obligadong dumalo ng pisikal si Vice President Sara Duterte sa kanyang paglilitis dahil naman sa dahil kinakatawan na siya ng kanyang mga abogado at merong mga probisyon na pinahihintulutan din naman ang hindi na pagharap ng isang impeachable officer. Ayon kay Escudero, walang panuntunan sa impeachment court na nagsasabi o nag-aatas sa respondent na umupo sa naturang pagdinig kung ayaw niya o labag sa kanyang kalooban na dumalo. Dahil nga mayroon ng mga abogado na humahawak sa kanyang depensa, nakasalalay mga kabombo ang naturang kampo ng pangalawang Pangulo doon sa magiging hakbang ng kanyang mga abogado. Nais niya na humarap sa korte o kung hindi ay meron din naman siyang kalayaan na gawin ito. Kung nais ng panig ng prosekusyon ay patawag si Vice President Duterte upang tumistigo, maaari umano silang maghain ng formal na motion o kahilingan sa korte upang makapagdesisyon ang mga senator judge. Ginawa naman ng presiding officer ang mga pahayag na ito kasunod ng tanong ng counsel for the prosecutor na si Attorney Lorna Capunan sa ikalawang araw ng impeachment trial ngayong Martes, kung saan ay kung dadalo nga ang Vice Presidente matapos itong mamataan sa loob mismo ng compound ng Senado at kaugnay pa rin yan ng ilang pahayag na kanyang sinabi kung saan ay nakipagpulong siya doon sa kanyang legal counsel. Samantala, mga kabombo, sa mga karagdagan nating update, abangan ho mamaya ang sitwasyon sa labas din ng Senado kung may mga nagsagawa pa rin ng kilos protesta sa naturang ikalawang araw ng impeachment trial. Of course, nandun si Vice President Sara Duterte at merong nagpakita kanina ilang mga supporters at meron din namang mga kontrapartido na bumabatikos sa Vice Presidente. At pinapakita natin mga kabombo, mga ka-Star Nation, sa ating video ang pagharap kanina ni Vice President Sara Duterte dyan sa Senado. Nakasuot siya ng kulay berde na polo shirt at nasa kanyang kanang bahagi ang kanyang ilan sa mga abogado, partikular itong tagapagsalita ng defense team na si Attorney Michael Powa, mga kabombo. Maikli lamang yung naging mga pahayag nitong si Vice President Sara Duterte nang siya ho ay humarap sa media para sa pagbibigay o pagbabahagi ng ilang impormasyon. At muli niyang iginiit na hindi siya haharap dun sa impeachment trial kundi siya ay naroon lamang para pulungin ang kanyang mga abogado, mga kabombo at mga ka-Star Nation. Tuloy pa tayo sa atin po mga balita sa pagkakataong ito at yan ay kaugnay pa rin ng ating mga tinutugay-gayang kaganapan sa bahagi ng Senado at yung iba pang mga aktibidad ho na nangyari kanina dyan pa rin sa bahagi ng Pasay City. Samantala, sa dagdag na balita, ipinakita sa Senate Impeachment Court ang mahigit 2 minuto na kopya ng video conference na dinaluhan ni Vice President Sara Duterte kung saan niya ginawa ang kanyang umano'y pagbabanta laban kina Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Sa kanyang may bahay na si Lisa Araneta Marcos at pinsan na si Representative Martin Romualdez. Ang naturang video mga kabombo ay naging sentro ng argumento ng House Prosecution Panel sa kanilang case presentation at yan ay sa ilalim na rin ng Article number 4 ng impeachment case laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Pero bago ito ay tinutulan ng defense team ng makailang ulit ang pagpapakita ng 2 minutong bahagi lamang ng video at nais nila na ipakita ng buo ang 2 oras na kopya ng naturang video upang ma-qualify ang kabuuan ng nilalaman umano nito at maipakita kung saan ang gagaling yung naging mga pahayag ng pangalawang Pangulo. Gayunman, pinaboran pa rin ng impeachment court ang mahigit 2 minuto lamang na video presentation sapagkat kakain umano ng mahabang oras kung yung hiling ng panig ng depensa ang siyang ipaparinig at ipapapanood sa naturang paglilitis. At kaugnay niyan mga kabombo ay narito ang ilang bahagi ng presentation ng video kaugnay ng umano'y pagbabanta ni Vice President Sara Duterte.
Yes. Huwag kang mag-alala, ma'am, sa security ko. Kasi may kinausap na ako na tao. Sinabi ko sa kanya, kapag pinatay ako, patayin mo si BBM, si Lisa Araneta, at si Martin Romualdez. No joke. No joke. Nagbilin na ako, ma'am. Pag namatay ako, sabi ko, huwag ka tumigil hanggang hindi mo mapatay sila. And then he said yes.
That's the end of that 2-minute and 18-second portion of the video, Your Honor, please.
Bahagi yan mga kabombo, mga ka-Star Nation ng presentation nitong si Attorney Ligutan, kaugnay pa rin ng kanilang bahagi ng mga ebidensya na ipinipresenta. At dyan din sa naturang paglilitis ay ipinagkukumpara yung nilalaman ng mga flash drive na kanilang nagtataglay ng mga ebidensya dun sa printed copy upang ito ay ma-authenticate mga kabombo ng mismong testigo na nag-supply ng naturang mga impormasyon dyan sa impeachment court at nag-validate ng ilan pang data mula naman sa kanilang tanggapan na kanilang na-i-record matapos ang maging kontrobersyal ang paglabas ng naturang video sa isang press conference ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Samantala, inihayag ni Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano na kanilang hihilingin at ihahanda ang memoranda para naman sa lahat ng miyembro ng impeachment court upang formal na hilingin na payagan na makaboto sina Senator Rodante Marcoleta at Senator Jinggoy Estrada doon sa impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Ginawa nga ni Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano ang naturang mga pahayag kasabay na rin ang diskusyon sa ilang mga miyembro ng kapulungan at ng impeachment court ay hinggil sa usapin ng 16 na boto na threshold para ma-convict ang isang impeachable officer. Sa ikalawang araw ng impeachment trial, ngayong araw po yan, ay sinabi ni Cayetano na kung hindi papayagan na makaboto itong sina Marcoleta at Estrada, maaari itong ituring bilang otomatiko na boto na para sa pag-absuelto o acquittal ng respondent. Kaugnay niyan, narito ho ang ilang mga pahayag mula naman kay Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano.
We asked and we're preparing maybe a memoranda for all members to allow Senator Marcoleta and Senator Jinggoy, since they are going to have a vote. And if they are not allowed to vote, then that will be counted as a vote for acquittal. And that might be favorable to the defense rather than a part of giving a fair trial. So all I wanted to clarify today, Mr. President, is that we will continue to thresh out if there are any constitutional issues. But as of today, it is very clear that as a court, we have decided that 2/3 of 24, there are 24 members of the Senate today, 20 are present here today, but there are still 24 members, and 16 ang number of senators needed to convict on any of the articles, Mr. President.
Bahagyan ng mga pahayag ni Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano. Samantala, ginigit naman ni Senator Judge Kiko Pangilinan ng posibleng pakikibahagi ni Marcoleta at Estrada sa pagboto ay isang hiwalay na usapin na dapat talakayin sa ibang pagkakataon. At narito naman ang tinig ni Senator Judge Kiko Pangilinan.
I'd like to clarify that the ruling of the chair of 16 is as to the issue of whether the threshold number of conviction. The matter of whether or not Senators Marcoleta and Senator Estrada should be participating in the process of the trial is another matter that we will have to discuss perhaps in camera or on the floor at a later date, Mr. President.
Noted.
Bahagyan mga kabombo ng proceedings dyan sa impeachment trial, day 2 ng naturang paglilitis mga kabombo. Bago tayo musad sa iba pang mga balita na atin hong binabalikan mula sa mga pangyayari kanina, kuha muna tayo ng mga karagdagang update mula sa ating coverage team dyan sa Senado sapagkat sunod-sunod na mga motion at iba pang kahilingan kaugnay nitong mga ebidensya, testimonya at iba pa ay naglitawan mula sa panig ng depensa at iba pang obserbasyon naman ng naturang kampo dito sa ikalawang araw ng paglilitis. May pag-uulat live mula dyan sa Senado si Bombo Saira Hanggayo. I-check natin maya-maya mga kabombo, mga ka-Star Nation, yung signal mula dyan sa na bahagi po ng GSIS building o dyan sa mismong gusali ng Senado sapagkat mas malinaw na signal yung ating i-check. Ito muna, unahin natin itong panig ng mga Senator Judge na kanina may mga issue pa rin, mga unresolved issues pa rin na lumitaw ho dyan mga kabombo at mga ka-Star Nation. Yan ay sa pagitan pa lamang ng mga Senator Judge. Iba pa ho yung mga usapin tungkol sa prosecution, depensa at tungkol din sa mga witnesses. Narito ang pag-uulat ni Bombo Angelo Ganan.
Yes, Bombo Dennis, naging usapin pa rin ang threshold o ang kinakailangang boto para makonvict ang isang impeachable officers. Dito nga sa ikalawang pagdinig o ikalawang araw ng paglilitis o impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Bagamat Bombo Dennis, ang tinalakay sa pagdinig ngayon ay ang Article 4 ng Articles of Impeachment laban sa Vice Presidente o ang umunay pagbabanta sa buhay ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr., First Lady Lisa Marcos at dating House Speaker Martin Romualdez. Bago magsimula ang pagdinig, sumentro muna ang usapin sa bilang ng kinakailangan na boto para makonvict si Duterte nang humingi ng paglilinaw sa Senator Judge Pan Piluping Lacson kung ang pahayag ni Presiding Officer Francis Chis Escudero tungkol sa 16 na boto ay personal na opinion lamang o isang opisyal na ruling ng impeachment court. Kinumpirma naman ni Escudero na ito ay ruling ng chair at dahil walang naging apila o pagtututol dito, nananatili itong umiiral na pasya ng impeachment court. Dahil dito, sinabi ni Lacson na maaari na itong ituring na isang judiciable controversy na maaaring resolbahin ng Korte Suprema kung may maghahain ng legal na hamon. Pero pakinggan natin Bombo Dennis ang mga bahagi ng pahayag ni Senator Judge Pan Piluping Lacson at Presiding Officer Senator Chis Escudero.
My point of inquiry, Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, is this portion of your opening statement a matter of legal opinion on your part as presiding officer, or does it constitute a ruling by the impeachment court? If the response is, it is the latter, does this mean that this court, through the presiding officer, has raised the level of discourse to a justiciable issue or a dispute that the Supreme Court may have legal authority to settle and resolve? In case either one or both panels in front of us decide to exercise their right to challenge the said ruling, should they deem it as a grave abuse of discretion by this court? I submit, Your Honor.
The response of the presiding officer is in the affirmative. So to clarify, yes, I believe it is it may be considered already as a justiciable controversy, although it is not for us to dictate that but the courts, given that it is a ruling of the chair not objected to nor appealed by any member of this court and therefore stands.
Thank you for the clarification, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Kasunod nito, Bombo Dennis, sinabi ni Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano na mayroon na umanong nakabinbin sa Korte Suprema na kaso na pinamagatang Cayetano versus Aquino sa usapin ng 2/3 o 16 na threshold ng boto na pareho nilang inihain ni Senator Bam Aquino. Habang naging sigurista naman ang Senator Judge kung papanindigan ng impeachment court na ang all members ay nangangahulugan na lahat ng miyembro ng Senado. Ipinunto niyang hanggat hindi na mamatay, nagbibitiw o tuluyang natanggal sa pwesto ang isang senador, nananatili itong miyembro ng Senado at dapat isama sa kabuuang bilang. Dahil dito, sinabi niyang magsusumite umano sila ng memorandum sa lahat ng Senator Judge upang payagan ng partisipasyon ni Senator Sudante Marcoleta at Jingo Estrada sa pagboto sa impeachment. Pinaliwanag niyang kung hindi sila makakaboto, ngunit mananatiling bahagi ng 24 na miyembro, makukonsidera umanong for acquittal ang kanilang boto na maaari aniyang maging pabor sa depensa dahil mananatiling 16 ang kanilang boto para sa conviction. Sa huli, Bombo Dennis, sinabi ni Senator Judge Francis Pangilinan na hiwalay na usapin ang partisipasyon ni Estrada at Marcoleta sa paglilitis at maaari pa itong talakayin ng impeachment court sa mga susunod na pagdinig. Bombo Dennis.
Okay, with that, maraming salamat, Bombo Angelo.
At yan mula ang mga latest mula dito sa Senado. Ako si Bombo Angelo Ganan and this is Bombo Radio Philippines, the #1 radio network in the country. Your trusted source of news and information. Basta Radio, Bombo.
Mula ho dyan sa pagtutok sa mga Senator Judge sa ating tunghayan, ang pag-uulat naman mula sa panig ng depensa o yung kampo nitong si Vice President Sara Duterte. Ano naman kaya ang obserbasyon ng naturang kampo kasunod nitong pagsalang na ng testigo mula sa panig kanina ng prosekusyon? May pag-uulat si Bombo Saira Hanggayo.
Yes, Bombo Dennis, naging mainit ngayon ang ikalawang araw ng impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte matapos ang sunod-sunod na pagtutol ng defense team sa presentasyon ng House Prosecution. Una ng kwestiyon ni Defense Counsel Attorney Carlo Narvasa yung naging manifestation ni House Prosecutor Representative Lawrence Defensor na anyay isang narration at hindi nararapat sa isang paglilitis. Iginiit naman ni Defensor na dapat muna niyang matapos ang kanyang manifestation. Narito, balikan natin yung naging talakayan ni Prosecutor Lawrence Defensor and Defense Counsel Narvasa.
Honorable Senator Judges, noong 22 ng Hunyo 2026, nagulat at nagdalamhati ang buong bansa sa pamamaril sa isang paaralan.
Sorry, excuse me.
Your Honor, may I be allowed to finish my manifestation? I will not disrespect and interrupt the defense counsel
but before
once he
that,
has started.
this is no disrespect, sir.
Counsel for respondent is recognized.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is improper. The improper for trial. Manifestation, this is not a manifestation proper for court procedure. This is instead them telling a story. This is a narration by the prosecution, which is not allowed. This is not allowed by any rule in any court. So what,
May I be allowed
what is
to reply?
proper is that they present their first witness. And
We will be
ready.
presenting our witness, Your Honor.
Sa huli, ibinasura ng impeachment court ang motion ng depensa, ngunit nilinaw naman ni Presiding Officer Francis Cheese Escudero na hindi dapat ituring na ebidensya ng mga Senator Judge ang naturang manifestation. Hindi rin pinagbigyan ng impeachment court ang motion ng depensa na huwag payagang tumistigo ang National Bureau of Investigation Cyber Investigation and Assessment Center Senior Agent na si John Mark Calilong. Ayon kay Narvasa, hindi umano nakalista ang pangalan ng testigo sa reklamong inihain, ngunit iginiit naman ng House Prosecution na mahalaga ang kaniyang testimonya kaugnay ng Article 4 ng impeachment complaint. Narito naman, pakinggan natin yung naging talakayan ni Attorney Ligutan, Attorney Narvasa at Senator Judge Francis Escudero.
May we move for the exclusion of Agent Calilong for being not previously attached to the Saballa and Cabrera complaints, as well as exclusion on the ground that he was not included in the articles of impeachment transmitted to the Senate Impeachment Court.
Can I respond to that, Your Honor, please?
Counsel for prosecutor may do so.
Mga kababayan, in this stage of the proceedings, the prosecution is about to present a witness and the defense is invoking the fact that this witness is not listed as one of the witnesses in the Sabalya complaint. The Sabalya complaint already lived its natural life. Your Honor, this is the impeachment proceeding of the articles of impeachment filed by the House of Representatives. Sabalya et al. Is done. That should not be a proper objection, Your Honor, please. As to the number 2, I think the good counsel mentioned that it is not part, this witness is not part of the articles of impeachment.
The motion to exclude by the counsel for respondent is hereby denied. Chair cites Enrile versus Sandigan Bayan, which states that the prosecutors may add or rely on evidence during pre-trial even if the evidence is not stated in the complaint or articles because only a summary is required to be stated.
Nagkaroon din ng mahabang argumento hinggil sa video na ipapakita ng prosekusyon. Nais ng House Prosecutors na ipalabas lamang ang 2 minuto at 18 segundong bahagi ng mahigit 2 oras na video. Ngunit tumutol naman ang depensa at iginiit na dapat ipakita ang buong recording upang hindi umano mawawala sa konteksto ang mga pahayag ng Vice Presidente. Narito balikan naman natin yung naging mga sagutan.
Counted, it's 2 minutes and exactly 18 seconds, Your Honor, please. 2 minutes and 18 seconds of a 2-hour, 26-minute and 10-second video, Your Honor, please.
Your
What does
Honor,
counsel for respondent say?
we object. Based on Your Honor, based on the rules, part of a video documentary must be presented, Your Honor.
Come again?
I'm sorry, counsel?
Yeah.
Hold on, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, counsel? I did not get what you
Hold
said.
on, Your Honor. Your Honor, under Rule 132, when part of a transaction, writing, or record given in evidence, the remainder must be shown. When part of an act, declaration, conversation, writing, or record is given in evidence by one party, the whole of the same subject may be inquired into. And when a detached act, declaration, conversation, writing, or record is given in evidence, any other act, declaration, conversation, or record necessary to its understanding must be given into evidence. Your Honor, we request that the entire video be played.
Pagbalik naman ng sesyon matapos sinuspindi ito, muling umani naman ang sunod-sunod na pagtutol mula sa depensa ang pagtatanong ng prosecution o prosecutor na si Attorney Amando Ligutan kay Kalilong. Narito ang unang bahagi ng mga pagtatanong ni Attorney Ligutan at ang pagtutol ni Attorney Nervasa.
Particular portion of the subject video, did the respondent utter that she already contracted a person to kill the president, the first lady, and the former speaker of the House of Representatives?
Are you done?
Objection?
Objection, Your Honor.
Wow.
Kindly state objection, counsel for respondent.
Your Honor, the question is misleading. There was no mention anywhere before that the video mentioned that the killing of the president.
To kill.
Yeah, there's no mention in any testimony earlier. There's no mention that video.
Your Honor, again, with all respect, the records will bear me out. Bases have been more than complied with. This witness mentioned many times over that the subject of the investigation is the statement of the Vice President that she already contracted a person to kill the President, the First Lady, and the former Speaker. There's no basis for the objection, Your Honor, please.
Your Honor, may I ask for a readback? He was the only party who said that, Your Honor, not
Kindly
the...
use the third party in referring to opposing counsel.
Yes, Your Honor.
If I may, Your Honor.
May I ask, Your Honor, for a...
Let the counsel for defense finish his statement.
May I ask, Your Honor, for a reading of the transcript, as the witness, to my recollection, never mentioned that the Vice President did those things.
All right. If I may, Your Honor, please.
Counsel, kindly lay the basis.
Yes, Your Honor, please. Now, Mr. Witness, you said that your office, the NBI, conducted an investigation for a statement made by the Vice President noong Nobyembre 23 taong 2024. Naalala mo yun?
Objection, Your Honor.
Oh. Your Honor, please.
What is the basis of the objection?
Your Honor, it's leading.
Your Honor, please, if I may, Your Honor,
Do
please.
you remember? Leading, Your Honor.
If I may, Your Honor, please, I'm just giving into what the defense wants. The record will bear me out. This witness mentioned so many times over that he investigated the statement of the Vice President uttering that she already contracted a person. The whole nation is listening.
The chair will
Your
make
Honor,
a ruling.
so many words leading.
The chair
Matapos niya, nagpahayag naman ng hinaing si Atty. Nervasa na ang layunin ng kanyang objection ay sa part ng questions kung saan si Atty. Ligutan ay sinabi nito na Vice President Sara Duterte hired someone to assassinate Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. at hindi ito nakafocus sa identification ng Vice Presidente. Narito pa ang naging pagtatanong at ang pagtutoy.
State for the record, my objection is on the part of the question where he said that the Vice President hired someone to kill the President, the First Lady, and the Speaker of the House, not on the identification of the Vice President.
noted. Court already made a ruling. Witness will answer.
Mr. Witness, naalala mo ba yung tanong?
Can you repeat the question,
Okay,
sir?
now.
Kindly repeat the question, counsel.
In what particular portion of the subject video in that online media conference of the Vice President did she utter that she already contracted a person to kill the President, the First Lady, the former Speaker? In what portion?
Objection, Your Honor. Sir,
What is the objection?
Your Honor, this honorable court already ruled on this question. The discussion later on was on the leading question made by the prosecutor. If you recall, Your Honor, this honorable court said, prosecutor, please lay the foundation, the basis for your question.
Your Honor, is conducted an investigation on the statement made by the Vice President dated November 23, 2024, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, he's not on direct. He's
Overruled. Witness may answer.
Yes, sir.
Now, tanong, ano ba exactly yung sinabi ng Vice President nung araw na yan, November 23, 2024?
Objection, Your Honor.
Well,
Vague.
I'm not yet done.
Well, Your Honor, the pauses of the prosecution are very
Kindly
confusing.
let the counsel for the prosecutors finish his question
Precisely,
before you
Your Honor.
object.
May I
Counsel?
ask,
Kaugnay pa niya, naging concern naman ni Atty. Nervasa ang way of questioning ni Atty. Ligutan dahil marami umano itong paghihinto, maraming pauses which made him confused kung tapos na ba ito sa pagtatanong o hindi. Narito pakinggan pa natin yung mga naging sagutan.
The prosecutor
also
may proceed.
may I ask, instead of this, Your Honor, may I ask that the honorable court direct the witness to allow me to object before answering? Because
No.
precisely the questioning of the prosecutor
Okay, what word?
is there are many pauses, which it's confusing if he's done or not.
Counsel, witness even on occasion forgot what the question was because he did not respond to the question of the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor. So I just
Court will make sure of that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So kindly finish your question.
Yes,
if you want
so-
to state it again, counsel for the prosecutors.
Maybe it's the tone, no? I'll be quick. What particular statements of the Vice President on that day did you investigate?
Objection, Your
Oh.
Honor. Vague.
Your Honor, please.
Take counsel for respondent. A bit of patience. Let the counsel
Yes.
finish. I don't think he's finished.
The question is done. What particular statement on that day did you investigate? How is that leading?
Objection, Your Honor. Vague.
Okay,
Not
Your Honor.
leading.
Your Honor, please. Can
I didn't
address
say
that, Your
leading.
Honor, please? Can I?
Counsel, what's the basis of the objection?
Vague.
All right. I will
It's a
indulge.
2 hour,
Your Honor, please.
36
I will
26
indulge,
minute
Your Honor,
video, Your
please.
Honor.
I will indulge. I will add these two phrases. It will never be that. Now, Mr. Witness, what statements did the Vice President utter on that day, if any?
Your Honor,
Oh.
same objection. There's a
Your Honor,
2 hour 26 minute. What?
Let the
does he
witness
mean?
answer.
Counsel, this 2 hour and so minute video was done on the same day.
Yes.
Correct, Your Honor, but the question must be given with particularity.
If the witness knows, witness may answer.
Answer.
Witness will please answer.
Sa kabila ng mahigit 8 objections mula dito sa defense team, ipresenta rin ng itong bahagi ng naging online virtual press conference noong November 23, 2024 kung saan binasa ng testigo ang pahayag ni Vice President Sara Duterte tungkol sa umano'y pag-uutos na ipapatay sina Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos at former House Speaker Martin Romualdez sakaling may mangyari umano sa kanya. Ang naturang video ang isa sa pangunahing ebidensya ng prosekusyon sa Article 4 ng impeachment complaint. At live mula dito sa Senate of the Philippines, ito si Bombo Saira Hangayo. And this is Bombo Radio Philippines, the #1 radio network in the country. Your trusted source of news and information. Basta Radyo. Bombo!
Samantala sa ibang mga balita, mga kabombo, dako naman tayo sa parte ng Sandigan Bayan sapagkat may paglilinaw ho ang anti-graft court na hindi otomatiko na guilty sa kasong plunder itong si Senator Dante Marcoleta matapos na ipag-utos ang pagka-aresto sa kanya. Katlong dibisyon ng Sandigan Bayan ay pinalalahanan si Senator Marcoleta na irespeto ang batas at hukuman. May balita si Bombo Grantilario.
Iginit ng Sandigan Bayan ang inilabas itong kautusan kahapon na iparesto si Senador Dante Marcoleta ay hindi otomatikong nangangahulugang guilty na ito sa kasong plunder. Ito mismo ang binigyan linaw ni Associate Justice Carl Miranda, chairperson ng Sandigan Bayan 3rd Division, ang korte na may hawak sa kasong plunder ng senador. Aniyaya, ang paglalabas ng payag o panayam ay ang siyang kauna-unahang pagkakataon na kanyang ginawa sa loob ng 10 taon paninilbihan sa Sandigan Bayan. Marin niya sinabi nang inilabas na arrest warrant ay hindi kadyat nagdedetermina sa pagiging may sala ng senador. May pagkakataon pa rin daw ang mga akusado o binibigyang pagkilala ang kanilang presumption of innocence hanggat hindi pa napapatunayan ang kanilang pagkakasala.
Let me stress, yung warrant of arrest does not constitute a determination of guilt. Hindi pa guilty yan. All the accused continue to enjoy the constitutional presumption of innocence until their guilt is proven beyond reasonable doubt. Again, the court's proceedings are governed solely by the Constitution, the applicable laws, and the evidence properly presented before it.
Ibinagi naman ni Associate Justice Carl Miranda ang paliwanag ng hukuman kung bakit ito nag-issue ng arrest warrant kontra kay Senador Marcoleta at mga kapwa akusado. Matapos anyang evaluasyon ay nakita ng probable cause para paniwalaan na ginawa ng mga akusado ang krimen ipinaparatang sa kanila.
The issuance of the warrant of arrest signifies only that after evaluating the records, the court found probable cause to believe that the accused committed the offense charged. Probable cause for the issuance of a warrant of arrest exists when the facts and circumstances would lead a reasonably discreet and prudent person to believe that an offense has been committed by the person sought to be arrested.
Gayunpaman, matapos ang inilabas na arrest warrant, agad na naaresto ang lahat ng mga akusado. Nailipat na sa New Quezon City Jail sa payata sina former Anakalusugan Party List Representative Mike Defensor, Joseph Espiritu at Aristotel Viraya, habang si Senador Dante Marcoleta ay nananatili pa rin sa Philippine National Police General Hospital. Ito'y kasunod ng makaranas ng chest pain o pananakip ng dibdib at mataas na blood pressure. Alinsunod dito, pinalalahanan ni Associate Justice Carl Miranda si Senador Dante Marcoleta at magkabila ang kampo na panindigan ang integridad at pangangasiwa para sa hustisya.
They are duty-bound, together with the prosecutors, to uphold the integrity and administration of justice, to ensure compliance with lawful orders of the court, to conduct themselves and all persons acting under their direction with fairness, order, dignity, and full respect for the rule of law and the courts. Full respect for the rule of law and the courts is non-negotiable.
Ito si Bombo Grantilario and this is Bombo Radio Philippines, the #1 radio network in the country. your trusted source of news and information. Basta Radio, Bombo!
Sa mga dagdag nating balita, dyan sa panig naman ng prosekusyon, itong si Representative Defensor ay sinabing ang impeachment trial nitong si Vice President Sara Duterte pagsubok daw sa integridad at pananagutan ng mga leader ng ating bansa. Ginigit din yung pananagutan doon sa nilalaman ng Article 4 ng Articles of Impeachment. At yan at iba pang mga balita hatid ni Bombo Soberano.
Bombo Dennis, katatapos lamang ng press conference ng prosecution panel at iginiit nga ng ni House Prosecutor at Iloilo Representative Lawrence Defensor na mabigat ang naging pahayag ni Vice President Sara Duterte laban kina Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr., First Lady Liza Marcos at dating House Speaker Martin Romualdez kung saan nagbanta itong ipapatay ang mga nasabing opisyal. At sinabi nga, ang nasabing banta ay nagmula sa ikalawang pinakamataas na opisyal ng ating bansa. Ayon kay Defensor, ang mas nagpapapigat sa mga bantang ito ay hindi nagmula sa isang ordinaryong mamamayan. Binigyang diin ni Defensor na ang ganitong uri ng pahayag ay hindi maituturing na simpleng paggamit ng kalayaan sa pagpapahayag. Ayon kay Defensor, ang pananagutan ay dapat ipatupad sa lahat anuman ang edad, katayuan sa buhay o posisyon sa pamahalaan. Dagdag pa niya, ang impeachment ay isang mahalagang mekanismo na itinakda ng ating konstitusyon. Pakinggan natin si Iloilo Representative Lawrence Defensor.
For you today to present evidence for Article 4 establishing that Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte committed acts that betrayed the public trust, committed culpable violation of the Constitution, committed high crimes in publicly admitting through a live broadcast that she contracted someone to assassinate the President, the First Lady, and the former House Speaker. We acknowledge the burden of this trial on the senator judges as well as the Filipino people. But it is a duty that we must discharge together, lest the public come to believe that threatening public officials and fostering a culture of impunity are conduct that may be tolerated or condoned, especially coming from the second highest official of the land.
Naniniwala din si Defensor ng impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara ay hindi lamang tungkol sa mga paratang laban sa kanya, kundi pati sa pamantayan ng kanyang integridad at pananagutan na inaasahan sa pinakamataas na opisyal ng bansa. Sa pagtalakay sa ika-4 na artikulo ng impeachment, sinabi ng defense na ang mga umano'y pampublikong pagbabanta ni Duterte laban kina Pangulong Marcos ay maituturing na paglabag sa konstitusyon, pagtataksil sa tiwaling publiko o tiwala ng publiko at matinding krimen. Binigyang diin din niya na nakabatay ang ebidensya ng prosecution sa mga testimonya, dokumento at mismong mga pampublikong pahayag ni Duterte. Pakinggan natin muli si Representative Lawrence Defensor.
Accountability must apply to all or none at all. At the heart of this impeachment proceeding lies a fundamental question para sa ating lahat. Can we continue to entrust one of the highest constitutional offices to a public official who, on multiple occasions, purposely and willfully and repeatedly resorted to threats of violence against the very institutions that she swore to uphold and protect? The evidence presented in this article are not just derived from testimonies and authenticated documents, but from the Vice President's own words, own conduct, her very own public admissions. Her words were neither accidental nor taken out of context. They were uttered publicly with the intention to be taken seriously. Huwag kang mag-alala, ma'am, sa
Samantala, nananawagan naman si prosecution spokesperson dating Representative Ace Barber sa publiko na hintayin at suriin ang mga ebidensyang ihaharap sa impeachment trial laban kay Vice President Sara. Ayon kay Barbers, nakatuon ang pagdinig sa paglalatag ng ebidensya at mga testigo upang mapatunayan ang mga alegasyon. Pakinggan natin si House Prosecution Spokesperson Ace Barbers.
that today is the day of the evidence. Papakita dito ang ating ebidensya na matagal na po natin hinihintay. Dito siguro magkakaroon ng pagkakataon na makita ng ating taong bayan kung ano ang kahalagahan ng grave threats na nangyari dito na ginawa ng ating pangalawang Pangulo. I am also in support of the statement made by Congresswoman Rene na ang paglalatag po ng ebidensya ay isang napaka-importante at napakahalagang aspeto ng ating paglilitis. At dito dapat nakasubaybay ang ating mga kababayan dahil ito po paglalatag ng mga ebidensya at paghahanay ng ating mga witnesses ay paraan para mapatunayan o maipalabas natin ang katotohanan sa likod ng usapin ng grave threats o itong sinasabi nating betrayal of public trust.
Samantala, Bombo Dennis, hiniling din ng House Prosecution Panel sa Senate Impeachment Court na naglabas na ng subpina para kay National Bureau of Investigation Director Melvin Matibag upang tumestigo sa impeachment trial laban kay BP Sara. Ayon sa prosecution, mahalaga ang kanyang testimonya. So yan ang latest, Bombo Dennis, mula dito sa prosecution side sa Senado. Bombo Anali Montaño Soberano nag-uulat. This is Bombo Radio Philippines, the #1 and radio network in the country, your trusted source of news and information. Basta Radio, Bombo!
At bago tayo magwakas mga kabombo, mga ka-Star Nation, sa ating special coverage, kuha muna tayo ng update para sa concern ng ating mga kabombo at mga ka-Star Nation, lalo na yung mga nagbabalak bumiyahe sa pamamagitan ng mga sasakyang pandagat. May mga paalala ang Philippine Coast Guard dahil may paparating na bagyo. At ating alamin yan sa pagtutok ni Bombo Isa Cotoner.
Bombo Dennis, naka-heightened alert na ang Philippine Coast Guard bilang paghahanda sa posibleng epekto ng bagyong Inday sa National Capital Region, Northeastern Luzon, Northwestern Luzon at Bicol Region. Iniutos na ni Philippine Coast Guard Commandant Admiral Ronnie Hill Gavan sa lahat ng Coast Guard districts, stations at substations ang pagpapatupad ng mahigpit na preparedness measures at pakikipag-ugnayan sa mga local disaster risk reduction and management councils at local governments unit. Ayon kay Philippine Coast Guard Acting Spokesperson Commander Michael John Encina, inactivate na ng ahensya ang kanilang intensified community assistance, awareness, response, and enforcement campaign kabilang sa mga hakbangang maagang pagpapalikas sa mga residente sa high-risk coastal areas, pagpapalabas ng sea travel advisories, pagsisiguro sa seguridad ng mga pantalan at iba pang pasilidad ng ahensya at paglalagay ng mga deployable response teams na agad may papadala sa oras ng pangangailangan. Namobilize na rin ng Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary upang tumulong sa disaster preparedness at response operations. Pinapayuhan naman ng kagawalan ng publiko, partikular ang mga mangingisda at mga naninirahan sa baybayin na sumunod sa mga evacuation order at patuloy na subaybayan ang mga opisyal na weather bulletin. Kaugnay niyan, pakinggan natin mula sa Philippine Coast Guard, Commander Michael John Encina.
Conduct po tayo ng information campaign. So ini-inform po natin sila. For preventive din po dito po natin ginagawa yung pong pakikipag-ugnayan sa ating mga CDRRMOs, kasama po yan. At yung lastly po, yung proactive naman po, nagkakandak po tayo ng coordination sa ating mga iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno. Planuhin maigi ang kanilang pagbiyahe, especially this coming week po, para hindi po tayo ma-stranded or magkaroon ng mga accumulation ng mga pasahero dito po sa ating pantalan at hindi rin po sila maabala. So isa po ito sa aming mga pangunahing paalala sa kanila within this week.
Samantala, kaugnay pa nga ng paghahanda ng iba't ibang ahensya para nga dito sa papasok na Super Typhoon Bavi o kapag lumapag nga dito sa Pilipinas ay ang bagyong Inday, hinikayat naman ng Department of Social Welfare and Development ang publiko na makipag-ugnayan sa kanilang local government units at sumunod sa mga abiso. Ayon kay Department of Social Welfare and Development spokesperson Irene Dumlao, mahalagang sundin ng mga residenteng nasa daraanan ng bagyo ang mga ipinatupad na preemptive evacuation upang maiwasan ang panganib. Tiniyak din ng kagawaran na nakahanda ng mga regional field offices ito na magbigay ng family food packs, ready-to-eat food at iba pang non-food items para sa mga residenteng mananatili sa evacuation centers. Sa pinakahuling datos, may nakaimbak ng mahigit 4.7 million family food packs ang ahensya sa iba't ibang bodega sa bansa, habang mahigit 360,000 ready-to-food packs ang nakapreposisyon na sa mga regional warehouses at pangunahing pantalan. Ito si Bombo Isa Cotoner, and this is Bombo Radio Philippines. This the number one radio network in the country, your trusted source of news and information, Basta Radio Bombo.
Bombo Foreign Exchange Update is brought to you by Queen Bank Business Banking.
Mga kabombo, mga ka-Star Nation, ang batayan ng ating foreign exchange update ay mula sa data ng pagsasara ng trading kanina bandang hapon. At bukas ay magre-resume naman ang kalakalan alas 9 ng umaga, mga kabombo at mga ka-Star Nation. Ang katumbas ng isang US dollar ay naitala sa halagang 61 pesos and 44 centavos. Ang Hong Kong dollar ay 7 pesos and 84 centavos. Ang Singaporean dollar ay 47 pesos and 62 centavos. Saudi Arabian Rial, 16 pesos and 38 centavos. Habang ang euro ay 70 pesos and 42 centavos batay sa data ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas at Bankers Association of the Philippines. Manatiling updated sa mga kaganapan sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, lalo na ngayon may paparating na naman na sama ng panahon at epekto ng habagat. Maaari pong tutukan ang ating mga palatuntunan sa pamamagitan ng Bombo Mobile App, YouTube, TikTok at maging sa Facebook Live. Sa Visayas Region, mapapakinggan na, mapapanood pa ang mga palatuntunan ng Bombo Radio Philippines. Sa bahagi ng Iloilo, nariyan ang Bombo Radio at Star FM Iloilo. Doon naman sa Negros Island, Bombo Radio at Star FM Bacolod. Sa Central Visayas, Bombo Radio at Star FM Cebu. Habang sa lalawigan ng Capiz, nariyan man ang Bombo Radio at Star FM Rojas. Kung kayo ay nasa parte ng Aklan, Bombo Radio Kalibo. At doon naman sa Eastern Visayas, Bombo Radio Tacloban. Mga kabombo at mga ka-Star Nation, narito ang Orasyo Imperata for Deliverance from Calamities.
Almighty Father, we raise our hearts to you in gratitude for the wonders of creation of which we are part, for your providence in sustaining us in our needs, and for your wisdom that guides the course of the universe. We acknowledge our sins against you and the rest of creation, nature. We have confused your command to subdue the earth. The environment is made to suffer our wrongdoing, and now we reap the harvest of our abuse and indifference. Global warming is upon us. Typhoons, floods, volcanic eruption, and other natural calamities occur in increasing number and intensity. We turn to you, our loving Father, and beg forgiveness for our sins. We ask that we, our loved ones, and our hard-earned possessions be spared from the threat of calamities, natural and man-made. We beseech you to inspire us all to grow into responsible stewards of your creation and generous neighbors to those in need. Amen.
Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, yan ang kabuuan ng ating mga balita sa Bombo Network News Evening Edition ng back-to-back winners sa Catholic Mass Media Awards bilang Best News Program. At mula rito sa Bombo News Center, Makati, this is Bombo Radio Philippines, the number one radio network in the country, your trusted source of news and information. Basta Radio, Bombo!
Celebrating 60 years of media excellence. 60 taon sa paglilingkod. 60 taon sa katotohanan. 60 taon sa pagtindig kasama ang sambayanang Pilipino. Ito ang Bombo Radio Philippines. Bombo Radio Philippines. Your trusted source of news and information.
Paradyo Bombo!
Oras sa DYOW Bombo Radio Rojas Philippines Standard Time, 16 minutos na nakaligad sa alas 7 sa gabi. Ngayong gabi, Banwa, Siyudad Sing Rojas, Probinsya Sang Capiz, Western Visayas. Mga playag ng programa Zona Libre. Hanggang nasubong sang Martes, bet sa 7 na kita sa bulan sang Hulyo 2026. Akong ipagpangabi-abi sa dramang masugid ng mga tagpalamati nga padayon na nga nagatutok sa itong programa sa nagalantaw sa itong sa Facebook Live kung nagapamati sila sinitag sa ka mga radyo maayo gid nga pagpamati sa inyo tanan. Nagmayang kaupod nyo ang inyo alaga na Bombo Saira Joy Aload Bautista. Kag sa tanan sini mga ginpangalinya daman nga mga balita mga kabombo ang ikaduhang adlaw sang impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte tinagfocus sa ika-4 nga articles of impeachment ini malang nahanungod sa sining mga pagpamahog o kuna grave threat ni Vice President Sara Duterte. So presentar to ang pila ka mga katapo sa National Bureau of Investigation. Nagod gani nga ginapadayon ang pagpamangkot kaya syempre may pila ka mga videos nga gina-play man ang pamangkot sinisang prosecution kag sang defense counsel mga kabombo. Sa dugang panaton nga mga balita di si sa bahin man sang trial presiding officer mga kabombo nga si Senator Chis Escudero tingin panindugan nga 2/3 sa gihapon no kundi si sa ka boto ang kinahanglan agud nga makonvikta si Vice President Sara Duterte. Kini matapos kahapon mga nga adlaw mga kabombo tingin na athag sini ang iyapahayag kahapon nga syempre sandig sa konstitusyon ti si sa gidya ka boto ang kinahanglan agud nga makonvict ang isa ka accused nga individual mga kabombo. Sa dugang pa nato nga mga balita, tini nga mga video ni Vice President Sara Duterte nga nagapahayag balas ang pagpamahog sa pamilya Marcos mga kabombo. Ti isa sa mga ginpresentar bilang ebidensya sa bahin sang Senado. Ini gani mangod sa grave threat kung sa diin nga syempre sa pahayag man ito, syempre ginpabati ang ining nasambit nga binong sa din may unod sang pila ka mga pahayag ni Vice President Sara Duterte nga may ara sa nga pagpamahog sang pagpatay sa kay President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., kay First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, kay former House Speaker Martin Romualdez mga kabombo. Sa dugang pa nato nga mga balita, ti magpakig-angot man kita sa isa ka constitutional law expert sa diin may eksperyensya sa sining nasambit nga impeachment trial mga kabombo. Kaangot sa sining gintalakay nga ika-4 nga articles of impeachment sa subong o kun ini nga grave threat mga kabombo. Kaya syempre magpakig-angot man kita sa isa ka progresibo nga grupo sa diin gani ato ni baloon ila sa obserbasyon sa ikaduha nga adlaw sang impeachment trial mga kabombo. Ang kaundanas ng aton sining mga balita aton panumbalikan magahaboy na kita sang pila ka mga pahanumdom. Kindly stand by.
Sang yabok kag higko sa blades kag grills, mas mabudlay nga maglibot kag mas hinay ang hangin nga ginahatag. Ini mahimo magresulta sa mas taas nga paggamit kag pag-usek sang kuryente. Gani, masami nga limpyuhi ang electric fan, agod mas efficient ang iya pag-andar. Ang limpyo nga fan, mas presko ang buga, mas tipid pa sa kuryente. Ang ini nga pahanumdom halin sa Bombo Radio Philippines. Basta Radio, Bombo!
Masami ka man bala sa gihapon makabaton sa mga mensahe o kon mga nagahambal nga nagdaog kamo sang dako nga kantidad apisar wala naman kamo sang may ginintrahan nga naman yung raffle. Kun huo ang imo sabat, ignore na lang ina nga mensahe kag hindi na paghatagan pa sang kahigayonan nga maengganyo kamo kag mahulog sa ila nga pagpanunto. Ini ang modus sa mga kawatan nga kon kamo ang mahulog sa ila malain nya plano, amo na ina ang pagkuha nila sang inyo nga mga personal nga impormasyon. Apang hindi magkabalaka bagod mayara sang layi nga nagabulig sa mga biktima sang financial scam.
Energy conservation tip.
i-defrost ang freezer kung kinahanglan. Kung ang freezer sa inyong rep puno sang ice, mas nagabudlay ini pagtrabaho kag nataas ang konsumo sa kuryente. Gani, importante nga i-defrost ini kung madamo ang nagatipon nga ice. Ang limpyo kag insakto nga kondisyon sang freezer nagabuligas ang epesyente nga refrigerator, ang regular nga pagatipanas sang appliances isa ka epektibo nga
The world is set para sa isang makasaysayang yugto sa football. Mula sa host nations, United States, Canada at Mexico, ihahatid namin sa inyo ang bawat goal, bawat sandali at bawat tagumpay. Manatiling nakatutok para sa mga balita at updates ng FIFA World Cup 2026. FIFA World Cup 2026. Dito lamang sa Bombo Radio Philippines.
Let's go!